watch The Acolyte 3-4 times in a row.
I would rather put myself through Elden Ring again. Put myself through Elden Ring again. Actually, I've already started it.
Brohan, did you see that there's like a co-op mod for Elden Ring?
Look at it, Alex. Look at it.
Hold on, Jesus.
Look at it. Don't talk to me and look at it.
No, I'm not by the computer.
You a hoe.
I'm pulling a Nick over here.
Yeah.
You're walking around naked.
I'm the voice in your head.
Yeah. Also, we're live.
Oh God.
I'm the voice in everyone's head then.
Yeah, we went live like slightly before you held up your Ray Park signature.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, everyone gets to see it before you.
I'm so jelly.
Yeah, I got to touch him.
I got to touch
consensually.
I got to consensually touch Chris Sabat. I'm sorry that this isn't about me.
He said I'm his biggest fan.
Now you just need to hang out and see how many people he says that to.
It's literally Schwarzenegger from Jingle All the Way. And remember, you're my favorite customer.
Yep.
And then I get beaten up by Sinbad?
That sounds about right. Okay.
What the fuck are you doing?
What?
I have no fucking clue. What the hell?
Oh God. He's looking up porn on YouTube.
He started some sort of activity.
I hate all of this. What is this?
Trying to get us to watch something. That's all I know.
Oh God.
Stop it. Everybody just go away.
Why does that woman not have a body?
Trying to get us to watch fucking YouTube.
Okay, just leave the fucking I click on well, now y'all can leave it. I've already left. So
no, there's just a box now. There we go. Now it's fixed.
Yeah, I really love what you're doing, Discord. This is cool. Especially with the activities thing. Yeah, loving that.
Mm-hmm.
Loving that.
Loving you.
Okay, so so Kaiju number 8 is where we're going first?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We can start while I apparently finagle with the drivers on my camera.
Should just do what I did.
Crap.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh yeah,
you think I'm gonna start with first, my friend?
I need you to go outside, unplug the house.
Literally, that is an option.
All right, so hello and welcome to the Mega Monster Cast, where we are talking about the season finale of Kaiju number 8. We're going to be covering episodes 11 and 12 today, and then we're going to give our thoughts on the season as a whole.
Oh, man.
Yep, I am Nick. With me is Josh and disembodied Alex.
You can hear him. You can't see him.
And we are going to give our recap and overall thoughts on the season today. So, before we get started, any thoughts you guys want to bring up before we run in? Guns a-blazing?
I wish that I could watch 11 and 12 in English.
That's fair.
Oh, you can do that next week.
Yep.
Is that next week? Okay.
Yeah, next week.
I love both the Japanese cast and the English cast, I should say. Man, oh man, does every part of this whole season, this project seems so well put together, and the casting feels right on both sides. The art style is great, the writing is great. I have so few complaints about this. That's my thoughts going in.
Oh yeah, no, this was a solid, really tight 12-episode season, which
really was.
Yeah, I think.
Can we? Okay.
Yep.
So we've gotten this far. We've gotten one season in, and Nick, correct me if I'm wrong. You have not read the manga yet.
Nope,
The
I have
manga.
not yet.
Okay. So what do we bet? What are we
Uh-huh.
betting here? Is this season or is this series going to how is it going to end? Are we going to have a short run and a nice end, a short run bad end, an infinite bleach, or like what do you where are you thinking we're going to go from here? Just predictions.
Like 4
Hear
seasons
us
at
now, quote us
most.
later.
4 seasons at most.
Okay. You think we're going to have a nice tight end?
I mean, hopefully. Like, I don't know as much as obviously Josh does, but like, based on what I've seen this season and like the couple of things that TikTok has told me, like, it stays consistently good from here on out.
Mhm.
Well, and didn't we discuss that based on by volume of or I guess by the volumes in the manga that there was like maybe 2.5 seasons written, but
Yep.
not more.
Yep. So that's why I'm
So
saying
I don't
like
know. I don't know
4
how
at
much.
most.
I don't know how much Josh knows too as far as that goes. But I don't know, Josh. What do you think?
I see it as probably a 3-season.
Mm,
Okay.
There's
all right.
enough there between here and the end for like a full season and a half before they even touch the ending.
But you think they're actually gonna go for an ending after 3 seasons?
Probably.
I respect that. I'm just gonna say right out the gate that would make me really happy.
Hmm.
As much as I'm a Star Wars fan and I want Star Wars to live forever, only if it were written better. I'm at that point where I really want my stories to have a good start and finish. Like I want the whole project to be good instead of going, yeah, it Star Wars through they set the bar really
So
high.
far they have, I think
Mhm.
the new Volume 13 comes out here within the next week.
Okay. So we're looking at.
We might have to read the manga, Nick.
I mean, honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with picking up on that if you guys want, if we want to. I
And
would not be opposed to doing that and like reading like a volume or two a week.
I'd be into it as well.
yeah,
Hmm.
because 13 there it there's a big ass bad right there. Big ass bad guy. Let's just say it like that.
Hmm. He's all caked up.
Oh, he is caked the fuck up.
All right.
Caked.
Intruder.
Yep.
Intruder alert. Stranger danger. Hello, everybody. I figured out my camera.
All right. So let's see what else.
Look you, Alex. Look at that. Look at it.
Oh man. Oh, that's sweet.
All
I
right.
wish I would have taken my VHS there.
I know, right?
So let's get into the actual recap portion. So last
Let's
time,
go.
Kafka was revealed to be Kaiju number 8. Mina and a bunch of the Defense Force officers took him in at gunpoint.
Which at any time he could have just
Oh yeah,
nope the fuck out.
oh yeah. No, like that's a big
They
part of
pay.
these episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like they pay some lip service to that later on.
Mhm. But yeah, so
I still can't believe that he revealed himself at the end of last episode. That just blows my mind.
I mean,
I mean, it
I was
was
hoping for it.
I I'm I I had my expectations subverted, which is fine. I dig it. I was really expecting them to do the will they won't they like
just kill everybody
a
right here
lot
now.
of close calls, and then
Mhm.
maybe season 3 uh they reveal that he's Kaiju number 8. I actually appreciate this pacing better because I think uh making it last that long would have been a recipe to make the season or the series not have a good ending.
Yeah, I would agree. So we start with a big meeting between like the council people at their Defense Force HQ where they're talking about Kafka and like, hey, this guy's really dangerous. Do you think we can use him as like a living weapon? Do you think we need to maybe convert him into a not so living weapon? Should we just
Uh,
put him down like a dog?
Am I correct in remembering that very few people support the idea of a living weapon.
Oh, yeah, there's like two people.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? It was the general, and I thought he was the only one who even
There's a
pretended to
scientist,
care.
too, I think.
The bald guy there.
Yeah.
Oh, was he? Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's like two people there are down for living weapon. The rest of them are like not even entertaining the concept.
I could have swore later. I could have sworn later in the episode, the bald guy goes, and we all stand opposed to this idea.
There was one person who brought it up. I don't remember for sure who did, but I remember somebody other than Kikuru's dad brought up the idea of living weapon.
Okay.
I could have swore it was Tommy, the bald guy.
I mean, you're probably right.
Because I know the guy with the eye patch was kind of pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been him. That dude was very clearly like, we should kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of hardliners in there, which I mean makes sense given Japan's history with kaiju in this universe.
Sure. I feel like there's like almost a xenophobic narrative that they could easily just jump into here. Like, well, no, because he's kaiju of any sort. Like I don't know. They could play that a few ways.
Yeah. So we also get our first scene of Kafka sitting in this weird restraint chair. Get used to seeing that because he's going to spend most of the episode sitting in something like that.
Yup.
Yeah.
I do love later on they bring up like, yeah, that thing really can't stop him. If he wants to get out of it, he will just get out of it. It is just him being a nice dude.
I mean, he is trying to prove a point here.
Yeah. And we get our flashback
he's not human.
Oh yeah. We get our flashback to Kikuru mentioning like that kaiju can be turned into weapons. I like that they brought that up too, like that it's not just established for like the viewers, that it's also established for All right, what's so funny, lads?
We
didn't hear a single thing you said.
That makes sense. Awesome.
No,
Love it.
and the fact that Josh and I can literally communicate without words through camera was pretty impressive.
Yeah, love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love tech stuff.
You like skipped out, and I was like, "Did that happen for you?"
Yep. Okay, I was wondering because every now and then
he does have a storm going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you do?
There's storms coming through Omaha. Oh, probably shouldn't have said where I live, but
Oh crap!
Oh God, he doxed him.
Yep, I doxed
Okay,
him.
well we're gonna edit this in post.
Yep.
It's live.
I know. We're just gonna discount that.
We'll just cut all that out. Whatever.
Yeah.
Everything up to that point was said.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
Put in a fake state.
It's fine. I often wear my university shirt so they could track down my shit.
Mhm.
See, that's why I chose a hat with something else on it.
So Josh lives at.
Yep. So.
Fuck. You actually know it.
I did well.
So we get this cool flashback to Kikuru talking about kaiju being turned into weapons that Kafka was present for.
Yeah.
That way, like, it's not just the audience knows he can be turned into a weapon, he knows he can be.
Yeah, she makes it pretty clear, like, if they find you, there is no ending where you live.
Yep.
You know, like, it's not just they might kill you if they find out that you're a kaiju. They're gonna harvest you.
Yep.
And like it kind of gives that like sinister edge to it, you know.
Yeah, but you got to think of it this way: he can regenerate those parts, so it's like an endless stream.
I don't think you do know that the Defense Force knows of the regenerative properties because they use it as part of their offensive tactic or defensive, if you want to, if you will.
But this
tactics.
one's stronger, so they just keep letting him regenerate his parts.
Well, what I was gonna say is, why don't they leverage that or is it a factor of like they take the core and then
I think it's the core.
make it a
Core, yeah.
part of the? It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, like
But if the core is intact, then can the kaiju not
well, I think they have to
regenerate in
modify it.
full?
I think they have like I think it's a situation where they use it as like a material and they modify it to make the weapon.
Yeah, they got to smelt the core down.
Yeah, it feels like
put it
but it
into-
feels like smelting's not really the wrong word though.
Yeah.
Especially with what we get later on in the is it yeah, that's at the end of this
I
episode.
think it's this
right?
episode, right?
Yeah.
It's
at
this
the end of the
episode, yeah.
Yeah. Because this episode, spoiler alert, we get our first numbered weapon as far as I'm aware.
So, is the okay? Wait. It's not that the weapon is numbered. It's the number is
Kaiju.
excuse me. The weapon is made from a numbered kaiju.
Correct.
Yep, it's
Because
from
wouldn't that
number 2.
also like now that you say that though, I think it would be fun if we had numbered weapons now. Like this is weapon number 4. You know, it would kind of fit thematically. I mean, they're two's gauntlets. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we're gonna get more weapons that are from numbered kaiju.
Because they up until this point we've had all of the specialized weapons are made and all of the suits are made from kaiju of non-specified number.
Yeah, like maybe like
Yeah,
a
'cause
big ass fucker,
more-
but like not a numbered one.
Yeah,
But,
because they got the stuff for all the normal shit, but as stated later on, you got to have someone powerful enough, strong enough to do a numbered kaiju.
Mm-hmm. And the technology, like all of their advanced, like literally the entire defense force is based off of repurposing kaiju in order to fight kaiju. Like if for some reason that ability was taken away, the entire defense force is basically at the technological level of the rest of society, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
thing that won't play a factor.
Hey.
All right.
I have no future knowledge apart from this. That's just my speculation.
So,
I just meant because of the post-credit scene.
yeah,
Post credit scene again? God damn it! Do you not know me by this point? You guys need to tell me there's a post credit scene.
So while Alex is going to look at that, we get a scene where
I hate you so much.
where
hate you
Mina
so much.
has to escort where Mina, Hoshina, and like a bunch of armed guards come in to escort Kafka out of his restraints. They're taking him down
There's
the
not
hall. They take him over to a transport where we see all of like the defense force from Division 3 standing out there, and anyone who's important has yeah, I can see Alex reacting exactly the way he should to that. And
No.
Yep.
Yep.
Guys, okay, okay. So here's the deal. We're gonna talk about this before Alex watches the show. Okay, I'm looking right in the I'm looking you in the fucking soul right now. We're gonna tell Alex about the post credit scenes from now on. No more of this. He'll find it shit. No, none of it. None of it,
No,
guys.
I like this reaction.
This
better.
is bullshit. No, we're in a fight. No, this is bullshit.
So anyway, I love that anyone who's actually a character has their hair out, so you can tell who really is a person and who's just a fucking background extra.
I feel like you're really discounting the bald guy in the council scene here. He has no ability to have his hair out.
I'm just saying.
He's got some nice eyebrows.
No, well, okay. So in these 2 episodes, we get like 3 characters that have like lightning bolt as a characteristic of their hairstyle. We get the guy with the crazy eyebrows, and that dude, I immediately looked at him and I'm like, I could cosplay that shit. He's got like the double back eyebrows. We get a lot of Kikaru and her father having just like angular hairstyles all
Yep.
over the place. Just love this shit. All right, I'm going back to my freaking
Yep.
post-credit scenes, you
Yep.
bastards.
Go for it. Yep. So yeah, when we get inside the transport, we get this cool scene where Mina is talking with Kafka because now there's no one like observing them. Oh, before we get her in, Kafka feels bad. Ichikawa like reassures him as he's being taken into the transport. Then we get the scene with Mina. Yep, that's the reaction.
Save it.
Yep.
Save it. You can't say a word until the very end.
He just like
Yeah, you got to hold on to that. You got to think about that deeply in your soul now. But yeah, so Ichikawa has to do push-ups. That's what we learned from this scene. Mina immediately says
50.
he's got to do 50 push-ups, and then
the
Kafka
what
and
guy?
Mina talk. Yep. Kafka and Mina talk. It's this really sweet scene where she tells him that everyone believes in him. He asks if he still has the ability to stand at her side, and she's like, "Well, yeah, of course. Like, there's always gonna be a spot there for you."
Oh, because she loves him.
Yep. Then we get a bunch of fucking bulkheads sealing to try to keep Kafka inside of this facility they've taken him to. I like the little detail of just like how many bulkheads, because they're like, this guy's the most dangerous kaiju we've ever come across. We have to do this.
Yeah, it's later, like very briefly discuss it. This room that they're in now is fully prepared for a kaiju of a 10.0
hmm
fortitude. And we learn, in fact, it's probably not really the case.
I mean, I think it would be if it was just on their own. The problem is they sort of put two 9.0 and higher fortitude kaiju in the same room.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get like another little cool scene of like all the named characters talking about like Kafka, how important he is, not passing the Bechdel test again.
Definitely not.
Yep. Minase's there. I remember her now because we have a name for her. We get a little fight. We get a little conversation between Hoshina and the dude with the red hair, like the dark red hair, about like Hoshina's a little butthurt that he didn't know that Kafka was number 8, but now like he's more butthurt that he didn't take their fight seriously, and next time he'll have to, which is sort of his nod of like, no, he's coming back. Like I believe in him. I believe he'll be able to return.
Yeah, it's like it's simultaneously Hoshina going like he'll come back and I want to be the one to defeat him.
Hmm.
You hurt my pride.
Did we get past?
I will hunt you down.
I'm sorry. Well, I was having my jaw on the floor with the
ending, yeah.
The post credit scenes, you bastards. Did we get past the salute?
We're
We have technically.
yeah. And if you want to talk about it, go for it. Be my guest.
Well, I was just gonna say that we do get a moment back. Did you talk about the scene inside the cock or the holding cell as well?
I brushed over it a little bit. If you want to go in more depth, feel free to.
Well,
I
I'll
talked about.
I'll just briefly say like we get Kafka being transported off, and Ichikawa breaks rank and delivers a final "I believe you'll be back" words of encouragement to Kafka, which I think Kafka takes very very seriously, coming from Ichikawa.
Yep.
Then we get which I thought that was nice. Everybody, because we've gotten this whole motif of camaraderie throughout the entire series, from the cleanup crew to the defense force. And I think everybody's kind of pulling for him, and we see that later on in this in these episodes. And those moments felt really good too, when you see all the other characters independent of Kafka themselves going like, "All right, I want him to succeed." Like the scenes between my favorite duo that I can't remember either of their damn names.
Probably Aoi and
Yes, Aoi
Izuma.
and yes, exactly. But those two are my favorite by far of our side characters. Like those moments of them rooting for Kafka like felt so genuine and so much like they fit the motif that we're going for here. We even get the scene directly after Ishikawa where Mina actually like kind of like breaks down her walls of, hey, I'm a defense force agent now, and kind of shows this whole like, I'm on your side. I remember us
It
as
mattered.
kids. It
And
mattered
you
to me.
finally
Well,
proved.
it mattered to me too, kind of thing. You know, like her going like, I am first a defense force combatant soldier, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that all the evidence that I can present is favorable to you. Like all these moments, like I love that if we're not going to do this will they won't they bullshit, that they're actually leaning into, you know, some good vibes. Like it'd be so easy for this anime to pull any number of uh easy tricks, easy narratives of like, well, you hurt me and you need to prove yourself, Kafka, before you can stand by me, yada yada. Like, you know, the fact that everybody's kind of in here and is real, this anime feels much more real than just played out for drama like a lot of other animes or like even sitcoms can be, with this whole like will they won't they shit. So I appreciated this scene with Mina being like, I'm on your side here. I believe that you did this because you're still the Kafka that I know, and
Yep.
that counted for something.
The big line I took away from it was like him asking her if there was still a spot at her side, and her saying like, yeah, there's always going to be that spot there for you.
I was so there for that moment. I was
Yeah,
so
you
there
never
for
know
that
what's
moment.
going to happen to the other vice captain.
Yep.
Okay, that's not what she said.
But yeah, so
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
we talked a little bit about like
So like her, she's just making her vice captains like, I have guns, he has swords, you have fists.
Yep.
We're getting more primitive but more dangerous.
I mean, he has rocket fists.
Awesome.
Yep. So we also talked a little bit about the scene where like Iharu is talking, like the group are like talking together about like how they were surprised that Kafka was number 8, and like they talk about how much of like an assistance he has been and how much he's helped with like his knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
This is where they're at the they're like sitting in the car lot,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And
Yep.
that's followed immediately by the Hoshina talking about how he wants to fight him again scene. And then we get what I think is actually a really fun scene, where Kikoru goes to try to plead Kafka's case to her dad.
Oh, daddy dearest.
Because
This scene stressed me out.
Yep. Well, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the first time we get confirmation that in his human form, Kafka still has a core, right?
Yep.
Which is crazy, right? So does that mean that he has regenerative capabilities in his human form? Like, is he actually human? Like, did the kaiju replace his heart? I've got a lot of questions here.
Yeah.
So there's a fan theory going around with this, and it's determining is Kafka human or not. Like, there's the fact that humanoid kaiju could have been out and about for a while. interbreeding with humans, and he was just half
The-
kaiju.
See, what I'm wondering is because we've seen the bonding between that flying kaiju that gives Kafka his powers.
Mhm.
Which we see again in the next episode.
I'm wondering if all humanoid kaiju started out as humans.
No.
Okay.
You said that with way too much confidence, but okay.
All right, fair enough.
Oh.
But
Oh,
yeah,
what you talking about?
no, I love the interplay between Kikuru and her dad because it's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable. I hated every bit of this.
I loved just how uncomfortable it is because it's her trying to like, hey, so he's a good guy. I know like this stuff's going on, but like back when I was in trouble, he saved me. Oh, you mean like when you failed to save yourself? Okay, cool. Thanks for bringing up you failing.
Yeah, and I think
Immediately
you said
goes
something
off.
to the effect of, "Do you want to continue to talk about your failures?"
Mhm. Just immediately lays into her.
Is it just me, or does he not look like, especially with the fact that he's got like 4 different shocking hairstyles going on his face? Does he not look like a gym leader from a Pokemon game?
I could see it, yeah.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
And now you can't unsee it.
We also get like a little more about Kikuru's mom, and that her mom
Number
died in a
2.
kaiju fight.
Well, we knew that before, did we not?
I
Oh
think
no, that
later,
was Mina.
yeah, I think later on we find out like specifically. I think it would have been maybe did she die during
Oh no.
like 3 years ago?
Bye.
So I want to say she died like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, she died during the attack of number 6.
Yeah. Okay, I
Oh, is
thought
it number
so.
6? Okay.
Was it 6? I thought it was 7, but I could be wrong.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about 7 in the series yet.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
I think we've talked about 2 and 6 as the lower numbers. We've
Mhm.
talked about 2, 6, 8, 9, and 10, I
Okay.
think. Am I
Okay.
wrong? Am I wrong, Josh?
Which ones did you say?
I said 2, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
So I am wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay.
2, 6, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay. Yeah, so
Um,
she died during 6's
I
attack.
believe 4 has also been mentioned.
Oh, did
Okay.
4 get mentioned? I don't remember it.
I think.
Who's
I can't
I
who are the
remember.
weapon later in the episode? This is we're gonna get there in a minute. Who are the weapons made from in this episode? Is it 2 or
2.
6? It's 2. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because her mom died 3 years ago during the last attack.
And this weapon was made from 2 who attacked in 72.
Is there anything significant about that year?
Probably. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I would be willing to. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a reference to something.
I was expecting one of you to be like, "Oh, of course, it's this Heisei era Godzilla or something
I mean,
like that."
there's probably a Heisei era Godzilla from
Oh,
72.
it wasn't 3 years ago. It was 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more
I'm gonna say
sense.
3 years seems too close.
Yeah.
3 years was from the last big kaiju.
The,
So
the
that would have been
main-
7.
Kaiju
the
6.
last numbered kaiju, rather.
Yeah.
So we don't know anything about 7.
No.
Okay.
That's curious. Also, I don't think these numbers are gonna work so well after the post-credits scene.
But yeah. So Kafka is going to be tested now.
Yeah, he asked them if they're gonna do more tests on him. He tries to crack a joke.
Haha.
Nobody takes the bait.
Yep.
It was a pretty bad joke. Let's be real.
Not his best.
And we find out that while they're repairing Division 3's base, most of the crew are going to be transferred out of 3. And so, me saying this again because
We're breaking up. We're splitting the party.
Yep. Yeah. So they're all going to be.
It's gonna happen sooner or later.
I don't like it.
Well,
I don't like any of this.
Well, I think it works better because out of all of them, like all of them are resistant except for Ichikawa, who is okay with the transfer. And I think that's kind of where the transfer gets validated more is if Ichikawa, who is one of our ride-along characters and who is the closest to Kafka, is okay with it, then it's probably fine to have the transfer.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be fine, but I mean, we do find his motivations here shortly, and anybody who's been watching this series up to this point can guess what Ichikawa wants to do. I don't understand.
Kaiju number 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what a twist!
Real dark turn.
His protective nature over Kafka is endearing for sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we also get like kind of a fun scene where Izuma is, it's either Izuma or Izumo. I always forget his name. Yeah, Izumo.
I'm so bad with these names. I really am.
Izumo and Aoi are talking. Like we get a scene between them where like Izumo's looking through his phone and like he comes across like his dad's phone number in there, and he's like he doesn't do anything, but he kind of stares at his phone, and it's supposed to imply he's thinking about getting in touch with his dad. And then we flip side where Aoi comes out like out the door, and he's already on the phone calling like his previous higher ups, seeing if he has any way to like get some pull to maybe like help Kafka out.
Yeah, he's calling in a favor.
Which I like that, like, realistically, out of the two of them, Izumo probably has a better chance of getting a favor in like that than Aoi, but he's a little more reluctant to do so. Again, kind of sets up an interesting dynamic there.
Well, I think it like also sets up Aoi's like single-mindedness about making sure that his team, his people are all taken care of. Like, and we don't really know a whole lot about his backstory, so he might be just in as much of a situation or a position to provide assistance as damn, I'm gonna learn their names. Yeah, Izumo.
Well, so we get a little bit of his backstory, which I'm going to keep talking as I grab my charger because I was dumb yet again and thought that charged earlier would be charged now, but an hour of talking earlier kind of ran the battery down more than I thought it would. But no, we get this little nod to like he was a part of like some other either like police force or military force, right?
Oh God, you left me alone.
No, I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah, no, he's definitely part of a former military force. I didn't quite catch which force it was though.
It's the SDF, I believe, is what it was.
Is that like the human versus human forces?
I couldn't tell you that one.
Let me double check here.
They like to throw around a lot of acronyms.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. A lot of the content we watch on this podcast throws out a lot of acronyms all the time.
How dare you even apply that to Gunhead?
What the hell was a UMA?
Unidentified
I was
monster something or other. I don't remember.
so I was way off. It's the JGSDF.
Okay.
I
Okay,
missed
that
2 whole letters.
All right. So
cool.
do we
You
know what
got the
that
acronym
means?
wrong. What does it do?
It's a defense force.
All right. Are they like? Is it like just the normal military then?
Based off of what I can see, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
There's
So
not a lot of
So
information
it's like
on it, to be
the
honest.
Kaiju Defense Force is probably the highest tier.
or they're two separate branches. But yeah. See, the reason why I thought Izumo maybe has more pull is just because, like, again, his
Oh,
family makes
it
all of
is
the
the
equipment.
actual military.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's the Japan's ground self-defense force.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, I thought Izumo was probably like the one who had more pull again, just because he was the one who comes from like the richest family, and he's also like they're the basically military contractors who the Kaiju Defense Force gets all their equipment from. So
Yeah,
that's kind of where
I
my
can see
thought
where you
was.
go. I can see where you can go there. It's just like if I needed some like movie level uh activity done, I wouldn't exactly call the head of Boeing.
I mean, at the same point in time, though, if you knew the head of Boeing or like, hey, could you
It might be a
talk to
good place to
somebody?
start.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
but yeah.
I love their interplay because last episode we get Izumo.
Mhm.
We get him being overheard by Aoi, and now we get the reverse. Like again, it's the writing in this show really has good payoffs. You don't have to wait too long for them, but they don't feel like setups for nothing.
Yeah.
It's really quite nice. And I love the character development and the time that we spend with characters like Izumo and Aoi and Ishikawa. Like, you know, there's a lot to be said about how flushed out the entire world is, how much how much I enjoy the filler episodes per se.
Mhm. Oh, so next scene is Kikoru's dad coming in with a bunch of armed guards to talk with Kafka. And this is where he points out that we'll talk with Kafka. This is where he points out that like Kafka could have gotten out of that chair anytime he felt like it.
Yeah, like all of you people except for me and Kafka understand what's going on, or
Yep.
do not understand what's going on here.
Yep.
We will wreck you.
Yep. So he gets him to stand up, then he pulls out a gun and shoots him. Just
I thought
immediately,
you
like
said
takes.
this was Japan.
Yep. Just takes like
This is
two or
America.
takes 2 or 3 shots on Kafka. Kafka blocks them and turns his arm into his kaiju arm and blocks the shots so he doesn't get killed.
Doesn't he take the first one and bleed?
I
And
think
doesn't
so.
he take the blood sample from him?
No,
Yeah,
no.
because he goes up and like
See, I thought what he did was he was so I thought the first couple shots like is just him shooting, like triggering the transformation, and then he goes up and
Oh,
like
to prove a point.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then he goes up and like
Oh, you're right. No,
grabs and rips at Kafka.
he doesn't extract the blood from the bullets. He extracts the blood from like I'm gonna take a piece of your flesh now.
Yep.
he literally squeezes it into the tube too. You can see it just go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, no, that's and then we get him putting on the number 2 gauntlets.
Which we see in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we do see the robotic hand.
And it has the fists or the little
The
pointy things
bile
at the very
bunker
end of it.
things. Yeah. I love that.
It's like poetry.
Yep. I love the first time he uses it. We get that ghost arm from number 2, and like we
Fucking
get like
sick.
we get all these like
Yeah, the
ghostly-
interplay when exactly.
Yep. Yeah, all those ghostly images of number 2 as they're fighting.
And
Yeah, I
it
think
rips
that's
his
really
arm off.
interesting.
Yep, rips his arm. Kafka loses a lot of limbs this and next episode. Like he loses a lot of limbs over the course of these 2 episodes.
Not cut off, punched off.
Yep.
But I mean, we do get the yeah, because like the first shot he takes, he loses an arm, but it is the arm that is transformed. So like I think they're kind of playing it close to the chest whether his human form can regenerate the same way as kaiju form can.
Yeah. And then like he starts doing like he's doing more and more
Sure.
partial transformations. So like
The point where it's just his
just like
part of his head.
Yep. And then after like he takes a few more hits, we get Kafka acknowledges that like his body is reacting weirdly to Kikuru's dad.
As if he were a kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
Because he
Because
was the big kaiju.
Yep. And then eventually he loses all control and goes into like this berserker rage state where he's a more exaggerated version of his normal kaiju form.
So good looking.
Mm-hmm. And we get that scene where Kafka is trapped inside of his own body.
Yeah, I
And-
think it's more appropriate to say that instead of he loses control, which is true, but I think it's more true to say that he gets taken control of.
Yes, I'm actually really curious about that to know for sure how that works because like we see the weird little snoot mosquito kaiju thing from the first episode is still inside of him.
When I was watching that, I took it as like it was that kaiju taking over
Mhm.
and like just reacting to the numbered kaiju.
Yeah.
As if Kafka wasn't strong enough to do it.
And I could see that too. Maybe it's like a weird Naruto thing where there's that, or like a Naruto Bleach thing where there's like that inner spirit that takes over occasionally if you can't do it yourself.
But
I
there's some-
almost didn't take it exactly that same way.
that's how I took it until I saw what happens in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because it felt like the kaiju takeover had a different directive, like a different objective, different goals. It wasn't me saving you, the host.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about you, the host. I'm here to kill.
Yep.
It felt very much like now I'm using you as a means to an end, human. No, none of this whole I'm gonna save you, you can't handle it. It's I'm taking control. This is destruction.
Mm-hmm. Which I agree with, especially considering like we get little snoot guy saying "kill" at the end
Kill
of this
kaiju,
episode.
kill.
Yep. And that brings us to the finale episode.
Ooh, baby.
So this episode does something interesting just from the get-go. It just starts with the opening sequence. We don't get any lead-in. It's just the opening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time that's
I've
happened.
seen hell rise.
Yep. And now we're
Out of
demonetized.
your eyes.
Get a copyright.
Yep. But no, I like the idea that it just kind of it hits the opening sequence and then we're just getting all of it like in one go. There's not going to be anything to break it up at all. It's just
Nope, we're back at it.
Yep, the episode starts and you're just going to hit the ground running. We get a cool little scene of Ichikawa and Iharu working out and talking about how they're both worried about Kafka, but we get Ichikawa's reasoning behind why he's okay with the transfer, that he wants to get stronger. and that like while he could get stronger here, he thinks
He'll
that
get stronger elsewhere.
and he thinks that would ultimately be more beneficial to Kafka if he could go out there and get stronger in another place.
One little note that
his gym membership definitely ran out. He was just trying to find somewhere else.
he's going. Yeah, he's transferring to another gym.
Yep.
One thing that I thought was going to happen that didn't happen in this episode was I thought for sure that we were going to get Ichikawa saying his name is Kafka, not old dude. But he didn't. Maybe we'll get it later.
Well, I think he gets that like it's not Iharu being rude, it's just how Iharu speaks.
Yeah, I think it's for him. It's a term of endearment, basically.
Yeah, to a point. Absolutely.
Like
that's why I call my friends bitch.
That's why you. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
He strikes me as a Kansai guy, which Kansai is like kind of like they have like different ways of speaking in terms of endearment than like the more prim and proper parts of Japan. They're more of like the country folk, so to speak. Like when you like, if you ever hear like a character given a southern accent in anime, it's because they're from Kansai.
Oh.
I don't know if I've ever come across that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of like a different way of speaking, and that's kind of the way I assumed is like he's got like a Kansai dialect, and that's just how he talks.
Oh, like do you even mean in dubs? Like if I come across a dub with a southern accent, that's probably a Kansai thing.
Yeah, that's what they. Used to
I
do
have come across that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what they used to do. Is they'd take characters who had the Kansai dialect and they would give them southern accents so that you could tell there was like a difference.
But Southern American.
Yeah, but they've toned that down a little bit. Instead, they just normally give them like a little more like laid back way of speaking now. But it used to be like shorthand for that, and dubbing was to give someone a southern accent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's been a trope in media for years. You know, southern accent means stupid. Go. Why do you think I try as a born, bred, raised Texan to have a very I have a very new dude. They can find where the fuck I. Anyways, like, why do you think I speak with such a neutral accent? Is because I got seen a lot as low of having lower intelligence because of just the way you speak. It's like imagine just being like, oh, you have a Yorkshire accent, you must be an idiot. Like,
see, that's why I'm dead center of the United States. I don't have an accent.
Yes.
I mean, it's a fairly neutral accent, but it's still American.
Nah, nope. You can't fuck with Missouri.
But I thought you lived in Kansas.
I hate my life.
You live in Kansas City, Kansas, right? You go for the Kansas City, Kansas Chiefs.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
So
don't they have the stadium in Kansas? You know, where the city is.
We get the scene where Mina is at HQ, and she's told that
where's my fucking grenade
at? She's there to like plead Kafka's case to the council, and
well, she got summoned, right?
Yeah, and they're like, just so you know, the director's gone right now. He'll be back later. He's going to run some tests on your buddy, basically. Okay, cool. And
please feel free to wait.
Yep, and she's about to take a seat, and they're like, "Oh, no, you're not allowed to sit. You can wait, but you don't sit while you're waiting. There's not a spot for you at this table. You have to stand.
You're just an observer."
It says specifically, you're the only one here as an observer, and therefore, no seat has been prepared for you. You can stand.
Yep. And she's just like, all right, I guess
dick move.
And then we get a real fucking dope fight sequence.
Yeah, it is.
This is so cool.
the punch. Kafka leaves himself like number 8. I'm gonna call him number 8 because it's not Kafka at that point. Leaves itself open,
That's true.
and Kikuru's dad's like, okay, he's left an open spot, and instead it just
Well, because he's not. He even points out that number 8 is no longer fighting like a human would fight.
Yep.
Or even as a being who has self-preservation. He doesn't say exactly those words, but like we observe Kafka do this, or excuse me, number 8 do this crazy like I will completely destroy and regenerate my entire nervous system by rotating my spine in a violent way. As long as I get a hit on you, I will rip
it's
my
so
soul
good.
apart.
This
Yep,
this
just the way he
personally
is-
hurt me
sprays.
deep
It
down.
was so fucking yeah. You know what? That would have been personal for you, wouldn't it?
It would have been.
It
yeah.
was very fucking personal.
Can we get a kaiju over here? Can we get
Yep,
a kaiju
yep,
over
yep.
here, please? We need some regen. We need some
Oh god,
anybody?
I don't want
Anybody?
to deep throat a kaiju.
Oh, you're gonna.
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna.
I
I will.
fucking love
You
this
would.
next scene though.
It was
Dude.
so, but this was so cool because he points out like, hey, if I fight like a human anymore, if I make considerations like he has self-preservation or human instincts involved, I'm gonna die.
Yep.
And I think at this point too, because we pay a little bit of lip service later to, did the general bait Kafka? Like, was he on Kafka's side here? We see him kind of like admit that something has changed, that he can see a difference between Kafka fighting and 8 fighting, and then we even get later, we see him notice Kafka fighting number 8.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like cool little moments here with the fight.
This fight could take the whole like its own episode. There's a lot
Mhm.
that goes on here.
I love
Oh, we like when Kafka, like when Kaiju number 8 like takes over. I thought we were gonna get more of this. I think this is foreshadowing.
Mhm.
But like when we see that moment of recognition in the general is when Kaiju number 8 like looks towards the screen and you see this crack develop on his eye socket.
Yep.
Like that, I thought was gonna play a lot. I thought that was gonna be like a Chekhov's gun, but I'm almost certain that's gonna be like when he like fully breaks. Like that's gonna be like a season 2 or 3 thing. But the minute that happened, I was like, oh, it's on.
mhm.
Don't want to bring up the fact that the general really punches number 8 across the room, assumingly killing him.
Yep.
And
Oh,
just
God,
Kaiju
yes.
left his fucking core back there to regenerate him.
He tore his own core out to use his entire body as a decoy.
That was the most metal shit ever.
Oh yeah.
I that's something like After Image ain't got nothing on that. That was metal as fuck.
Oh, it's so good.
This right here is why that move alone is why I want a Kaiju number 8 video game.
Yep.
That was metal as fuck.
It was so fucking dope. It's just like the body slams over there. He's like, oh, wait, where's the core? And you just see the core hovering behind him, and then the body regrows around the core to attack.
Punch.
Specifically, the fact that the mask is what grows back first.
Yep.
And then you just see his eyes start glowing and like completely fill it, and then just the fist.
Yep. Oh, it's so good.
It was unreasonable.
Mm-hmm. God damn! Like, no, this is truly an amazing, like a really fucking amazing scene.
And it doesn't feel like they withheld budget from the rest of the season
Mhm.
for the finale.
Oh,
That's what I like. Is that this doesn't feel like, oh, now we finally got it. Like you could watch the whole season and get your action fill.
It definitely didn't feel like the pain fight from Naruto.
I'm glad I don't specifically remember that. I blocked that shit out.
Oh well, glad you said that. Now I have work to do.
Yep.
Bastard.
So I like this other line. There's this one really good line about how it's basically number 2 and number 8 battling each other across time. That's what this
That was
fight has
cool.
become.
It was so sick.
Like such a, and you get like the scene of like the two of them are like throwing blows at each other and like the ghostly after image of number 2. Like really, really good stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't think we talked much about this yet. How do you guys like the design of number 2? Because we see number 2 both as a ghost and as like in flashbacks. What do you guys think?
I
love
liked it. Yeah, I like that it felt a little bit more traditional kaiju.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Yep, I agree. I think he's a fun design. I like that he's like thicker too. Like he's supposed to be like this built up lizard thing with all these eyes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thick ass boy.
Yep.
All we need is some Godzilla hips.
He kind of had them.
Godzilla
Oh,
still got them hips though.
Maybe we'll get Godzilla.
That's them
hips in a
kaiju bearing hips.
Yep.
Oh my god.
We get another.
Where's Scott with his soundboard when I need him?
So we get another scene between Aoi and Izumo after
Yes.
after this.
Yes.
Again, solid scene. Like any scene between those two, like has like a good dynamic to them. I like that almost any of the side characters in this show could easily work as main characters in their own shows.
Oh yeah. I think I came to the point where, like we discussed in the early episodes, like, oh, this character has character design. They must have a name.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure the only characters that don't have a name are the ones wearing gas masks.
Yep.
Like there's and it doesn't feel like we have too many or too few characters. I mean, everybody kind of feels like they actually are part of the universe.
Yep.
And no one feels shoehorned in. Like every now and then, like when you get to a new arc of, like, say Naruto, for example, there'd be a few characters that felt like they were just there as scene dressing.
Oh yeah.
Not the case here. I don't think that anybody other than my favorite Saiyan woman is possibly scene dressing. She's got to be more important.
She's gonna have to have like she's.
Everyone has their part.
Good. Fantastic. Also, like, it's gonna, like, this is the
Maybe.
kind of show where where I would not be surprised if they let me get so attached and in love with these characters and kill 90% of them the next season. Like,
I can see
I'm
it.
gonna be devastated. But I don't. I think that this show is probably written well enough that whichever way they go, if everybody survives the whole time, I'll be happy with it. If they subvert my expectations and murder some of my favorite characters, I'm gonna be invested all the same.
So we get another really cool scene I like, where number 8 takes a huge chunk out of Kikuru's dad's side. Like he probably fucking took out his kidney with that punch.
That shit
That
was exploded.
Yep.
It kind of looked like it only, like, the suit took the most of it and it, like, flesh wounded, because, like, he didn't have, like, a hole. It looked like he had exposed muscle.
Okay, you might be right on that, but like that's still a lot of damage. Like it looked like he took a big chunk out of him.
Right. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm saying is that he didn't, like, it wasn't Kung Pao into the fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there was no.
Yeah.
God damn! After this punch, does Kaiju number 8 get a hell of a power up?
The red.
The shit. Yeah.
The
I'll just say when Kaiju number 8 goes full Broly from Super and just goes that was just like, you're not surviving that. I don't care what suit you're in. If you're just like,
well, yeah, his head's fucking exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He just ragged all the shit out of him. Like, I'm saying that about Goku too, because Goku got his shit rocked in that movie.
I just believe, like, after this fight, after seeing the ragdoll scene, like, Command was like, and this is why we wear the mask.
Yep.
You just see one stone faced instructor just turn around and go, "See, cadets,
hmm
this is what we're talking about."
This is the Starship Trooper scene.
Well, so we also get like a really we get some cool interplay in the inside space for Kafka, where
This,
Mm-mm.
the imagery here.
yeah,
That
where
freaks me out.
yeah, the thing that transformed him is now giant and eats him.
Oh, we don't get the chomp until later.
We get the chomp pretty soon after that. Like right now, we get like
Oh, he
him.
does get the chomp. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's before the halfway mark. You're totally right.
Yeah.
He just looks behind him. He's like, "I got no legs."
Yep.
Yeah, this is definitely his subconscious being like, "You're a fuck up. Time to get eaten."
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts drowning in self doubt
Yep.
and his
And
depression.
And then Mina,
It's
You
the
you want
vision
to
of it.
talk about something, bud?
I'm already talking to a therapist about it. Okay, fuck you.
So
You know, and this is where we segue to our first sponsor, BetterHelp. Please sponsor us.
yeah, we'll take your money. So yeah, then we
Also, your service isn't bad.
Yep. So we get like
Yeah.
the vision of Mina as a child reaching out to him. Then it's adult Mina, and he's this before like we get these visions. Number 8 has this like charged up punch. He's gonna like completely kill Kikoru's dad. And after he sees like these visions of Mina, instead he swings the punch back around and blows like punches his chest,
own
blows
chest
the
out.
Yep. We get the spray of blood shooting out from his back.
Dude,
Which
if they
does not match the animation at all, by the way.
Oh no. But it's
And
dope.
it's so good.
It's so dope.
I mean, yeah, imagine trying to punch yourself in the chest.
No, I
That's
mean like the
totally
animation
finished.
of the blood is just does not match the rest of the animation at all.
Yeah. But
Oh,
again,
like
it
the
works.
style?
Yeah.
I think honestly, the fact that they just do this like gushing blood out of the right side of the screen towards the left, like we don't get a lot. I don't think we've gotten a scene or a shot like that at all throughout the series. Like they don't really pay a whole lot of homage to like red blood, do they?
No, they 100% do. It's rained blood at least twice.
No, you're right. Oh yeah, you know they haven't done the rain blood since like the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And we get the intro.
I missed the raining blood.
Oh my god, I'm so happy here. The
I don't know.
introduction of one of my favorite
a
fucking characters.
I think it was still appropriately shocking, I guess was my point.
Yeah. But we do get the introduction to a character who, based off of what I've learned from the internet, female fans are deeply disappointed in how he is drawn in these scenes.
Who?
Narumi.
Narumi.
Narumi, the Division 1 leader.
Oh, the Division 1 leader.
Apparently he is like the thirst trap for female fans, and they were not happy he was not hot enough. They thought that they didn't do him hot enough for the anime.
So
I think the issue is just because they
he's
drew
hotter in
bags under his eyes.
So he's hotter in the manga?
I guess.
Maybe.
There's been like a thing in I've noticed like over the last
Okay, Josh,
couple
calm
weeks-
down.
I've noticed over the last couple weeks some people are like not as happy about the character designs because they apparently don't live up to the manga ones, which I've looked at.
That seems odd.
They're super close. It's just people
Yeah.
being nitpicky.
Also, don't you like I kind of thought that the character design for the Division 1 team lead was pretty good. Like he's probably wizened and tired.
Yeah, like I thought it was good, but that
There's
was like that was a thing that a lot of people had brought up online in like various things I've seen is that they didn't like the way he was designed for the anime. But again, people can be upset if they want to.
I mean, okay, so by that vein is the the redheaded female team lead another thirst trap? Because she was thirsty in her own.
That's why she activated Cougar mode.
Yep.
And it specifically said Cougar mode.
It did though.
Mhm.
But no, you will soon find out why.
Why I'm joining the
Gim
defense
is
force.
so
What?
tired.
Oh,
Dude, I love his weapon, by the way.
It's so fucking cool.
It's very Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so good. I can't wait to see him actually start using it.
It's a level of absurdism that I'm here for.
Mhm. So then after this stuff, Kafka's taken off to get medical treatment, and we get Mina basically doing the trial to prove that Kafka is valuable and human, where she pleads
Yeah, she
his
gives
case.
basically testimony.
Yep. And they go over like all these little things throughout the season, like how she failed him, but Hoshina passed him, and that Kafka has failed the exams 12 times before passing this time.
Which I didn't think it was that many, but okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's his heart that carried him through, and the fact that he didn't give up no matter what. And we get this little flashback to like kid Mina crying, and Kafka reaches down and holds her hand so they can cry together.
It was a really cool cat, okay?
Yep.
Miko was cool.
And then
What was the significance of the vehicle in those shots?
I just assumed that it ran over her cat.
That's fucked up.
I feel like it's more like this the mobile veterinary
Maybe.
or just a mobile help force that went around giving medical.
I don't like any of it.
Yeah. And then we get a fade out before they make their final decision.
Which they all tell Mina, you're fucking wrong.
Yep.
We've seen the x-rays. He has no heart.
Yeah, he's not a person.
You fucking weirdo. He's
But,
a monster.
Then we get
Now he's got a giant scar on his chest.
Yep. We get Kafka in the hospital talking to Kikuru's dad. And I love, first of all, he's like, "Oh, I'm happy you're alive. Your daughter would have been extremely upset with me if I had killed you."
Yeah, it seems like he immediately turns the tables.
Yep.
And like that legit like oh shit, he was worried about that.
And then
I think we're gonna find that the general is far more human than we thought.
yeah.
What?
Shut up, manga reader.
Yeah. But we also get the reveal that
We need a shirt that says "manga reader" is a slur.
Yep. No. So
Fight me.
in this scene, we find out that they decided that Kafka is in fact not a human and is a kaiju. They have decided that he does not qualify as a human anymore, but he is a kaiju. Like, he is a kaiju, but despite a lot of sentiment against it, Kikuru's dad has decided that he will operate as a living weapon instead of being converted into a weapon.
Yeah, they're not even sure since it is Kafka basically, if his weaponry would even have any power because he's able to use 0% when he's in the suit.
Yep.
Whatever the excuse is.
I imagine like every time a limb comes off, yeah, it's kaiju form, but like then it goes into a human.
I just imagine them disintegrating.
No, I like my idea better.
Mm-hmm.
Just human parts everywhere.
Yeah, so then we get Kafka saying that he's going to prove that like he is human, he is a member of the defense force, he's not just a weapon for them. And then a message is sent out to all the members of Division 3 saying that his He's terminated.
execution.
Yeah, basically they've decided to put that off, that he is going to live for the time being, and everyone has their like excited moments of like being hyped up,
Yeah.
knowing that Kafka's gonna still live.
He
Yeah,
didn't
if this
mean that.
were
She
if
cracked
this
that
were
little smirk.
America, if this were America, he one, that message would not have gone out, and two, he would be in some like 80 floors down bunker, area 89 or some shit.
Yep. I mean, he still sort of is. They
I
did
mean,
have
I bet for the
31
sake of the narrative,
bulkheads.
we're gonna get him back. I think for the sake of the narrative, we're gonna get to see him out in the field.
Nah,
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
only going to be allowed out on a leash.
Yep,
It's probably gonna be a literal leash, though.
I could see it.
Made out of kaiju parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we get the scene that Alex didn't watch, where
I don't want to talk about this.
yeah,
How the
yeah.
fuck did you even miss it? Is what I'm wondering.
It's
Like, it
so-
happens right after he goes to sleep, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, put me in."
Yeah, it's like literally after that. But yeah,
We're just not gonna talk about it.
we get the cleanup crew. One of their members has been playing chess on like an iPad, and he keeps getting his ass kicked by this guy whose username is number 9. And
I wonder what that
you.
means.
yep, and we cut away to see that number 9 has like all these computer like monitors set up, so he's playing chess against all these people at once, and that he's learned human strategy and how humans think.
Yeah,
And
the collective intelligence. Their power is not an individual intelligence, but their collective intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the reveal that there's not one number 9, there's 2
This
number
is the part that
9s.
I missed. This is the part that I missed. I got most of this. I missed the fucking implication.
Yeah, the part that where you see that number 9 is sitting down, but there's a second number 9 looking at the Roomba.
And
Yep,
he says,
'cause he
and he
just
says, "Our."
molted too.
Yep.
Ew. Ew.
Yep.
This is
And
terrible.
then we get the line that Alex said earlier that made him go back and rewatch this. Time to take that power back, boys.
Yep. He's pissed that we've been using kaiju parts to make weapons. At least that's what I'm assuming. Because we are literally using.
But
their
again, I don't think
corpses.
he's the general. I think he's an agent. Like, he's probably got his own vendetta and his own thing going on, but I
Well-
don't think that he's the one pulling all the strings. I think he's also a puppet. It's gotta be.
I'm not
would
allowed to say.
believe that. Yes.
You shut your damn.
I said not allowed.
You dirty whore. Dirty whore mouth.
Yeah. So that is the end of the episode. Let's talk about
Ugh.
what we thought about the whole season now, because this was a fucking roller coaster.
What a fucking ride.
I want more raining blood.
Yeah.
You're
That
gonna
was so good. It was
It
so
was.
good.
get what you get and like it.
I
No.
will like it.
I'll say, so I've been watching a few anime from this season. As far as the ones I've been watching go, this one's definitely the top right now. Again, there's like one or two things that have been coming out that I haven't been keeping up on because I want to marathon them, but like this is damn impressive. Like a
Yeah.
true like, and I love again that it's a really tight season. Like a 12 episode season is really good.
Yeah, I like how there's nothing that I would trim from this.
Mhm.
But it doesn't feel like, oh well, I'm missing an entire plot line.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
so they added
I
a
think
lot of stuff in a very quick, short period, and literally nothing was lost.
I think the only thing that I might have done, at least even just a short 30-second montage, was it always felt a little unearned that, oh, I got infested with this kaiju. Now I know how to rocket fist.
Mhm. Although again,
Well, I still feel that being the actual kaiju itself melding with his brain, melding with his reflexes, so he already knows about it.
Yeah, we have Snoot Boy.
Well,
inside
then
his brain.
then it might have behooved the writers to, after he turns back into a human the first time, go like, wow, how did I do that? It just felt so natural. Moving
Mhm.
on. I don't need anything more than just how did I do that? That felt so natural. And now all of a sudden I can have my own headcanon, but it without even saying something as simple as that one sentence, it felt
Well,
a little out of place at
we
times. Like,
kind of get that
that's
when
my
he's
only complaint.
in the alleyway because he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing this.
Right, but that was him losing control. I'm more concerned about when he had so much control that he knew how to one punch man every situation. Like, had they said like, I don't know, but I felt like it was the right thing to do. Like, again, like I either of those two sentences would have solved that entire problem for me, and then I would have moved on. Otherwise, it just feels like, oh well, you should expect that I know how to rocket punch this kaiju bomb into space. You could have just said, I think I know what to do. You know, anything. If you would have said anything, if you would have addressed it, they didn't address it in any way whatsoever, not once at all. It could have taken less than a single sentence. That's literally my only plot hole. Otherwise I got nothing. And that is such a minor thing because I could headcanon it away myself.
I still feel like it was somewhat in the alleyway. Like it was like up to that
Yep.
point where he was like learning, and then like after that, the kaiju's finally taken in control a little bit, and then he settled.
Yep.
But it wasn't. But in that scene, it wasn't explained why the kaiju was taking control in that moment. It was, oh, I'm hungry. Hunger never comes back up. It again, that feels a little disconnected from exactly what I'm talking about.
No, he has a steak dinner later.
I think you're thinking of number 9, but
No. They have steak and beer.
Yeah.
oh, at the
Yeah.
Steak. Food comes back up.
Yeah, they do eat one
yeah,
more
but
time.
it's not addressed like if they would have had like his pinky transform at that party and then he takes a bite of steak and it goes away, that would have played more into the bit than whatever headcanon you just gave me.
Maybe you also just need to watch a little bit more or read a little more.
Oh yeah, no, well, again, I'm the minor observer in all of this, the man who has the fewest interactions with kaiju on this
I've never
podcast.
once seen you dig for coal.
See,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
more of a Gold Rush person, anyways.
Yeah, so if there are no other final thoughts, we will call this on Kaiju number 8. Our next anime
Can't wait for
again.
season 2.
Yep. It's
So
gonna be
happy.
like next year at the earliest. They did announce
At
it
least
though.
it's
They did
Okay.
announce it. They announced
at
it.
least they were already doing stuff with production. So
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Our next anime that we're going to be watching is Chainsaw Man. That's going to be another short run one. That's got 13 episodes so far.
Spoilers.
Yep. Yeah, with that, we will call this episode.
you want spoilers?
Good.
I've read the manga on this too.
Nope. Episode ending.
I don't know. We can't have nice things.
Episode ending now. Bye. There. All right, one second. I'm going to grab something and then we
Episode
can
ending.
do...
Screw you guys.
Yep. No, that was my way of saying we need to get moving. We can't
I
spend
hate
an
you.
we can't spend another hour just talking about it. I could, but we need to do
I
other
just say we
episodes.
can. We
Yep.
should not.
Yep. Give me a second to grab a couple things, and then we can start on Orb.
So the certain character dies in a very gruesome and horrific way.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm gonna
That's
find
actually
something
the
you
only
love,
thing that makes
Josh.
sense.
I'm gonna spoil it. I don't know how. I don't know what. I don't know when. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
All you know for sure is why.
You know why.
You won't be able to spoil shit. I spoil it before you will.
Honestly, this might be the hardest task I've ever set out for myself.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I'm gonna get it in at like the developers of like Final Fantasy or Star Wars or something. I'm gonna turn into a leaker,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna tell you a bunch of falsehoods and one fact,
Oh, so you
and it's
mean
gonna
like
break your face.
And you
what
know
I
what
do
I'm
to
gonna
Tech
do?
anytime I talk about anime with him,
Yeah, exactly. See,
where
good
I tell him
tactics.
where I tell him mostly made up bullshit and then one real thing.
Yes, exactly.
And then he has to like decipher whether or not I'm gaslighting him or not.
But I mean, like, by proportionality, you are gaslighting him.
Oh, 100%.
That's what makes it funny.
All right. Let's see.
So anyway, a devil appears
Yeah,
and kills someone.
that's literally all of Chainsaw Man. Yes.
Oh yeah, there's supposed to be demons and devils, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just devils though, because they're all the devil of something very Pacific.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
They're
that?
all
Do
ribbon.
you do that, Josh?
Ooh.
Just fuck with me, or do you actually do that on purpose?
Do what on purpose?
Do you know how to say specific?
Yeah, Pacific.
I fucking
It's like it's the Appalachian aluminium, cinnamon.
okay. Aluminium is just not the correct way of saying it, but also hilarious.
Aluminium
They
is
added
actually the more correct way of saying it. That's how the
Yep.
British
they
people say
don't.
it.
Yes, it is how the British people say it, but they don't.
British don't count.
But they
They're
don't
not
spell it.
people.
But they don't spell it with that extra I. They spell
Just
it. They spell it the way it's spelled, but they add that inium.
Just because
They add an
we're
extra I.
live, they are people. British people are people.
Wow, did you really feel the need to say that?
Yeah,
We're still live.
I know we're
that's
still.
why.
I didn't think we had besmirched the humanness of British people.
We just merged that in 1776.
Jesus.
It's not even the 4th of July yet.
Yeah,
We have a
like,
few
what is-
days.
I bleed red, white, and blue.
So anyway, the majority of our viewers are from Great Britain, and I would like to apologize.
Well, I mean, like so many British YouTubers have their primary audience as Americans. So I mean, do we actually trade viewership that way? I kind of don't think we do.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I love
This
them
is
all the same.
this is where I need to have my draw out again. That way we
Oh.
sound exotic.
Oh god. Oh god, he going with his Texan accent.
No, that was more like a Kentucky.
Oh god, he's going with his accent again.
Not been-
I done said what I said.
Now that's offensive because you don't have any of those accents.
I am in the middle. I am all accents eventually. All accents in America come from Missouri, and we just spread it out.
Oh, I didn't know you lived in Missouri.
God damn it, we did it again.
You keep telling me you live in Kansas. It's just so weird.
It's just so fucking flat and nothing there.
You really can't tell the difference from one spot to another.
Remember everything I said about Britain earlier? I keep
You're
that
more
for
people. You're more people than the Midwesterners.
I mean that for just Kansas.
We're really expanding our audience horizon right now.
Yep.
We're gonna get really popular, and then just like we look at the map of like where we're actually being viewed. Kansas is perfectly just blacked out.
Yeah, it's just the coastlines, none of the South, none of the Midwest,
And no Great Britain.
and no Great Britain. Please accept us. Please adopt us.
Exclusively Great Britain.
I'd rather
If-
live under your system. Please adopt me.
We technically are. We'll talk about that later.
No. I'm leaving.
Well, you haven't quit yet, so
Yep.
Damn it. No, I haven't. This episode might actually this streaming episode might actually have full attendance on my part.
Not only that, I don't think you actually quit last time.
Oh shit, did I not quit last time?
You
Damn
didn't
it.
quit on Saturday.
Fuck. I did quit on Sunday though.
You did. You quit on you quit on Cyberpunk.
piece of shit. You ruined our one gag.
No, it makes it more of a treat. It's not every time. You gotta keep your ears out for it.
No. Everyone's dopamine like right here and right now.
Yep.
I need it. That woman ain't got no teeth.
Well, I guess then you gotta set the bar a little higher then, don't you, Josh?
On which part?
Well, you didn't make me quit.
Oh, we're going with that one. Dun, 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 dun.
So Alex, have I told you about the worst game that I found on Steam?
That's got to be a stiff competition considering the kinds of games that are on Steam. So no, you didn't. What was it?
Oh God,
The train game.
train game.
Yep.
Train game. Is that the name of it?
No, so
Train game.
here's what it is.
Or wait. Is it the Spider Train game?
No.
No.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
you're a Japanese businessman, and your job on the train is to grope.
God damn it, dude.
Yep.
Dude, the premise is fucked.
Yeah, no, like so I was going
That's
through
not
like
even the worst part.
the fact that there's going to be a sequel coming out.
What?
After it being out for like less than a week.
Yeah, less than a
What?
week and they announced a sequel.
Do you want to guess the price?
$3.99.
Let me double check on this because at one point I thought it was $60.
Dude.
Yeah, $60. It's on sale for
No.
10% off right now.
That that just can't be true.
Nah, you gotta realize humanity's kind of awful.
$60? That sounds like an online porn game, man. Are you kidding?
I mean, that's
But-
exactly what it is, I assume.
Like that's what it is.
There's nothing else it could be.
Oh, you didn't actually play this?
No, I don't own it.
Thank God.
No,
thought this was gonna
we'd
be-
have serious problems if we did this.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be something like, oh yeah, we bought this game for this shark dating simulator for Luke or some shit again.
No. I found this because I was trying to find free dating sims for tech.
Okay, so it started out the way that I thought it would. Okay.
Yeah, it started that way, and I found like a bundle of a bunch of games, and that was one of them.
Dude, that's so like there's actual like online porn games that are fucking less cringy than that, more woke. I don't know, whatever term you want to use, less shitty and sexual harassment than that. Wow, $60?
Yeah.
What?
Yep, $60.
I quit humanity.
Hey, it's a
They
bigger
also
quit.
have Cuckold Simulator.
That also does not
What was
surprise
that?
me.
Cat what?
No, Cuckold
Oh, that's not surprising.
Simulator.
Si- uh, isn't cuckolding a simulator itself? Thank you,
Fuck,
Nick.
you right. You right.
Appreciate y'all. Okay.
Oh, that's the first Xenoverse.
Okay, I gotta pull up orb. Okay, I'll ask my question when we start.
All right.
Oh, dude. Ugh.
Welcome to the
Whoa.
Mega Monster Cast. Alex is thoroughly disgusted by humanity right now, and we are going to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about Ultraman Orb. I am Nick. With me are Alex and Josh.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Today we're talking about the first episode of Ultraman Orb. When this episode goes up, it's going to be running alongside our episodes on Ultraman Arc when that comes out. So people who are watching live get a little sneak peek of this. But yeah, before we start, do you guys have anything you wanted to talk about related to this?
So I didn't check the timestamp when I started this episode. When was Orb airing?
I believe it was airing in 2016.
Ah, okay. All
Yep.
right.
I apparently missed the opening scene of this.
Oh, you missed
Really?
the light giant scene?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such an important
Yeah.
scene. That's like hugely important for the rest of the series.
So I'm not sure
the-
was it hugely important for the rest of this this episode? Because
No,
I don't think the light
it's
giant comes back up.
No, it's important for the rest of the series.
Okay.
It's not
So,
that important this episode, but it's really important from now on.
Yeah, no, the video I pulled up and was watching it, it automatically started after the intro.
Oh, that's weird. Huh.
That is weird.
I thought it was just like we just didn't get a cold opening.
That's odd. But yeah,
Yeah, because the cold opening was definitely odd.
yeah, it gets brought up now, like that gets brought up more as the series goes on. Like it's I mean
I mean,
use
not odd in a way that it felt like a non sequitur to the rest
Mhm.
of the series, but it was like or episode. But is that character that watches the light giant in this episode past this?
No. So I mean
So like this really did feel disjointed from the rest of the episode.
I can tell you right now, like so this scene takes place before this episode.
It felt like it was like a I don't know, like a callback, I guess.
I mean, I will tell you right now, this takes place a long time before this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
At least 3 years.
Just gonna say this right
That
now, Josh blows that out of the water.
I was gonna say if it was 3 years, like that can't be the case.
I said
So she-
at
so she-
least.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So this isn't The Price is Right. You don't have to hedge your bets that bad.
Yep.
$1. But she is wearing semi-modern garb.
Again, you get more stuff as time goes on, to kind of like reveal exactly when this is set to.
Okay.
Yeah, like this gets
Well,
brought up a few more
then you
times.
want to? Do we? Okay. Well, then do we want to just go ahead and jump in and describe what this scene actually involves? Well,
Yeah.
since we're already neck
It
deep.
involves the heart of the cards.
Yep, it involves. the heart
Okay,
of the
so
card.
that so okay, now I've got to address what you just said. Since Nick has had me go on the adventure of watching the pilots of so many Ultramans,
Yep, you can
Ultraman.
say Ultraman.
Ultraman?
Okay. Is it always a like, is it part of the, I guess, theme to always have a new MacGuffin?
Yeah. So there's always like some
Which
sort of
I dig, because every time you show me something new in Ultraman, it's like, oh, this one's a card, this one's a belt buckle, this one's a action figure with a pokey stick.
Yep.
And some are really good, like the sunglasses.
Which one had sunglasses?
You haven't seen those ones yet. Josh sat down and
Oh,
watched.
okay.
That's the second Ultraman, Ultra 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, so there aren't any repeat MacGuffins though.
Well, I mean, like, yes and no. You get like some callbacks. Like, there's a character Ultraman Zero who is Ultra 7's son, and they both use glasses to transform.
Well, that seems like a direct continuation. That
Yeah.
seems more apropos.
But yeah,
I kind of dig the Yu-Gi-Oh esque style of this one. I'm very I guess Josh is not into it.
Oh,
I
Josh-
fucking
this-
hate.
this
He
is
knows
like,
my disdain for a lot of them.
yeah, Josh hates a lot of the new gen mechanics. Like, the Blazar transformer is like passable for him, and anything more complicated than that immediately thumbs down.
What, you don't like a good MacGuffin?
No, it's just why make it so fucking complicated or stupid? There's
Josh.
literally a fucking Rubik's Cube one.
That is coming out at the end of this week.
You have to solve it to transform.
Alex, that is literally at the end of this week. That's the new Ultraman. He has a
That's
cube that
Arc?
he has to solve. Yep, that's Arc.
I was kidding. I just want to go on record as saying I was kidding.
It's a little more
And
complicated.
then Nick made it serious.
It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the general premise.
Oh, it's a little bit more complicated than that, he says.
I mean, it's just as bad though.
Also, the transformation device, not a fucking orb.
No, it's an O for orb.
Doesn't make any sense.
Just like his color timer is an O for orb.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't notice that? Yeah, go fucking walk away. You
Yeah.
quit now?
This is an I quit moment. This is an Are you serious?
Yeah. No, it's
Why?
an O for orb.
That's lame as fuck.
Dude, there's
I
like
thought that we just didn't get the orb yet.
No, his name is Orb.
No. No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
No,
there's so
damn
many
it.
ultras that have just letters, and that's it.
Well, what is it like? Yeah, like when I was searching through like Tubi, because a lot of the Ultramen are on Tubi, by the way.
Yep. Oh yeah. Tons.
Like some of the names are just like, what even is that?
Yep. Like Rube, which is R/B.
Hate it.
That's how you. I didn't know how to pronounce that in any way.
Yep, it's Rube.
You would have had to tell me.
Yep. No.
Frack.
But yeah, so our
Okay, so my initial thoughts going in, this might be one of the best ones I've seen.
honestly, like Orb, aside from obviously the transformation device, Orb is pretty fucking fun.
I mean, like,
Disappoints me.
I really liked the cinematography for the fight. I think that they actually did some really interesting things. Like, they actually did play with fast and slow motion shots. I think there's one shot in here in particular, towards the end, towards the climax of the episode, where they play with frame rate to where it makes the kaiju fight still feel heavy, but it has a really good pace to it.
Yep.
Their mix of CGI, while sometimes the CGI was really bad, even in the worst minutes where like I go, oh, that's clearly CGI, like I kind of still dug it. Like it kind of felt campy all at the same time.
Yeah, and I think some of that comes from like the. I think that comes also from the tone they're trying to set with this one, like because the SSP are like our other main characters, and they are just 100% comic relief.
Tell us, Nick. What does SSP stand for?
Something search people.
What? What?
It's
What
literally
is that?
something search people.
That is a callback to
When
the
you,
original
I
Ultraman.
feel like I've never. Is it really?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like if you've ever seen the word something as part of an initialism, you red flag immediately. Red flag.
Perfect every time. They're perfect.
Really okay.
Except for
No.
the fucking transformation devices.
I mean,
Okay, I'm like seriously,
Yeah.
like Ginja.
Ginga.
Ginga, thank you.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if the G was pronounced as a J or a G. Ginga, the transformation method. I get okay. So maybe I'm talking to you, Nick, not Josh. Is it just me, or do I seem to like the Ultramen that have really stupid transformation methods?
I think you're really gonna enjoy Rube when we get to that. I think you're gonna like Rube a lot.
It's me. No, I don't think it's the I like see because I could give or take.
Yeah.
I could give or take the transformation method
I-
personally, but like I love the not taking itself seriously
Which is
of both Orb and Ginga. Like they're
is like what
both
Rube
just
lives in.
fun.
That's what Rube lives in. Rube lives
Okay,
in like not
then
taking
I
itself seriously.
cool. I probably will enjoy that actually.
Yep. Oh, dude, you'd love the villain for Rube.
Is it a spider?
The
Is
villain
it a
for
spider?
Rube is an Ultraman fanboy.
Josh is so mad right now. Look at Josh.
Yep. So, our episode opens with
Where's my fucking grenade?
yeah. Our episode opens with
Josh
the
just quit
Giant
the
of
podcast.
Light fighting Zeton, one of my
Yeah, what a cold open.
Oh, it's like I genuinely like this cold open. I think it's fun. So
I
we
did
have
too.
this Giant of Light fighting against this alien, which I know is Zeton. Um, and they're fighting
Zeton.
as this woman is watching, and she gets knocked back by this blast, and the Giant of Light summons this big ass fucking sword to destroy the monster.
Yeah, and the sword
It's
that
very
he uses.
the spirit
I'm-
sword from Vegeta.
But the blast that it sets off, like that woman is dead. She
No,
all
it
the
does-
way dead.
Again,
that was
this-
no.
This plays a part.
the amount of decimation that occurred.
It doesn't affect organic material.
Again, there's
The trees were uprooted, sir.
They're not
we
biological.
come back to this flashback often throughout the series. That's all I'm gonna say. We learn more about
Sorry.
what happened.
I'm sorry. When we cut back to this, the trees are on fire, and there's fewer of
fake
them.
news.
You've
So
already done it
anyway.
once. So this weird light comes down from the sky. We get this guy who shows up, which I'm using the word guy quite literally. This guy who shows up, and he gets this light that comes down, goes through this O-shaped device that he has, and turns into a card.
He could have held up a sphere. Like, I don't know why it had to be a 2-dimensional circle.
Because O stands for orb.
It's not an O, though. It could have been a sphere. A sphere is an orb. It doesn't
No.
have to stand for orb. It could be a fucking orb.
No, you don't understand. There's a reason why he's named Orb besides that. It's not that, it's a different thing.
Is
I
it because he has a
When we
O
get
on
to
his
our
chest?
when we get to our like almost I'd make the argument every important character in the series is introduced in this episode. Literally every character that is important is introduced in this episode.
I mean, there's quite a few introductions, so.
Specifically, when we get to the part with the dude in the really fancy suit, I will explain more about why he's named Orb. So
Okay.
anyway, then we get our opening. I genuinely like the opening song. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. It's a solid opening. Like you get to see the characters. They kind of do like pseudo action shots. It's a fun little one. We get uh like all the SSP members, the uncle, the well-dressed man. Yeah.
Like, I honestly like it would honestly feel better if SSP was like the something somewhere patrol.
Nope, it's the something search people.
Like like my one note is the SSP. Love that you're not taking yourself seriously. Love it. Love it. Couldn't get enough of it. Want more of it, in fact.
I just want to
Too
point out,
stupid.
like,
Too stupid.
the mother in the very beginning when the tornadoes started appearing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She's horrible.
Yeah. No, she's not a good mom.
No, she's fine.
She threw the child almost underneath a building.
Save yourself.
Instead of just carrying him, which would have been way fucking faster for her, she's like, throws his ass. Building
I don't know.
misses.
I was
she
getting-
goes, shit, now I gotta grab him.
I was getting babysitter vibes.
See, I think it's the mom.
No, it's definitely the mom. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ugh.
so we get this massive storm that's destroying the city, and then we get our introduction to our main characters, the something search people.
Yeah.
I think it took me the second time they said something search people to recognize that was the name.
Yep. Yeah. So we get Naomi, the leader. We get Jetta, who is in charge of social media, and we get Shin, who is
He's just such a stereotype.
oh yeah, he's the nerdy brainy one.
Rider.
He's got
The bowl haircut.
The bowl haircut for one, absolutely. He's got his collared shirt buttoned up to the collar.
Yep.
And it is a patchwork, colorful, pastel, long sleeve collared shirt underneath washed white overalls.
Yep.
With circular glasses like mine, but far too close together.
Yep.
Oh man, like this dude is like he got thrown ass over elbow into a costume department and just popped out this way. Like fantastic writing.
Yep.
Yeah. He tuck and rolled through a just the dressing room. It's just unbelievable. And I love his little line. He's like, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Dr. Shin."
Yep. Just
The dude looks like he's maybe 4 years younger than all of us.
Honestly,
At
when
his
I see
oldest.
him, all I see is Steve Urkel.
He's
got
have
Urkel
that
energy.
vibe,
He's got some Urkel energy.
especially his
Yes.
invention, his storm chaser.
Yeah.
Which is literally just a barometer and a freaking I can't remember the name for
Yep.
that device. It's just a wind speed tracker.
Yep. Yeah.
And
no,
then we
the-
get our hero.
Hero.
I don't, dude. First of all, that's a great introduction to Guy.
I
Oh my
I-
god, he is just Guy.
Yep. Yeah, his name is Guy.
Fuck.
That's why I
his
called
name
him.
is Guy.
Yeah, his name is Guy Kurenai.
I didn't know his name through this whole bit.
Yep, his name is Guy.
I wish I had his fashion sense. I
Guy.
wish so hard. Like pulling off a duster and a full brim hat is all. I don't even need the. He has the ability to have a popped collar on his long coat.
Yep.
And he
And-
pulls it off, and it makes me upset.
And
I don't
the
even.
ability
I don't
to
even
sit
need
in
that.
And he plays
sub.
a fucking ocarina during this.
Oh god, how's he sitting in negative 20?
It's ocarina,
degree
but
we-
sure.
No, it's Orcarina.
No, and
There's
he's
an extra R in there, Josh.
so he's
That's why he's named Orb. It's for
Yep.
Orcarina.
Yep, that's what it was. The orb was the ocarina we played along the way.
What's happening?
No, so we get introduced to Guy Kurenai. He's hanging out inside of a refrigerator truck.
Are you okay, man?
Because
There's
he's
just dry ice everywhere on
Yep.
him.
and he's just
I love the ineffectual swatting of the
Yeah.
hat. He's just like, yeah, swat, looks good, nothing changed.
Yep.
Puts it back on.
got like a little bit off of it, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
only
I
a
can't
little.
do better.
Not worth my time. Moving on.
This
See
is
ya.
what I'm capable of. We're done here." No,
Did you
Ah,
just
God.
come out of that refrigerator truck?
How the fuck did he get in?
he broke in. Probably, I don't know.
Plot
While they
armor.
were driving?
Plot armor.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, we later on we see he just jumps on vehicles.
It was locked.
It doesn't mean he couldn't open it. It's Guy Kurenai. He's able to do
Yeah,
shit
you're-
you can't imagine.
Oh my god, like believe in the heart of the cards.
wow.
Hey, see,
Wow.
Josh, you're buying into it now. He's got the heart of the cards
He's
on his
getting
side.
it. He's getting it. He believes.
But yeah,
He's starting to believe.
No.
so I'm not gonna lie, I really found the SSP to be like annoying when I first watched this show 4 years ago. And like now I'm totally into it. Like the way that they're just a bunch of fucking goobers trying to do their best. Peak.
I mean, they very much are running the Daily Wire website.
Mhm.
Like
Uh,
this is, or the National Enquirer, or whatever shit website you they're like,
The
oh yeah,
Onion?
we got to get the clicks. Yeah,
Yep.
No, the Onion is high quality. How dare you?
I love
Yeah, you
that.
right.
I love their landlord comes in, like tries to come in, like, hey, so I didn't get your rent for last month. Are you guys in there? We gotta be quiet. I don't have the rent. And then she tries to do the
Yeah!
something search people go.
Yeah, but she has to shout it. She's
Yep.
like, okay, we're gonna be really quiet. Something search people. Go.
Yep.
Shut the.
Yep, she cannot help herself when she does that.
She's way too into it. Perfect.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So we also get the introduction to debatably the best character outside, third best character in this series,
The uncle?
Naomi's uncle. Yep. Which I am 100% certain he spat in Shin's face. in
He
that scene.
Totally
did.
spit on that dude.
He is
Dr.
tired.
Dr. Shin got spit upon.
Yep.
We all saw it.
He is tired of all their bullshit.
Fuck you, Doctor.
He's just like, oh yeah, tuh."
Fuck.
He also accuses them of causing a power outage.
He did.
Like, he is done with their bullshit from the get-go, and I love it.
I like the fact that their device starts working after the natural disaster starts.
Yep.
And then they're excited.
Hey, it's reactive, not predictive. Come on.
It's too small to be anything other than that.
You should
And
be.
it's worthless.
Okay. Wait. Is this? No. We get the. Do we get the chalkboard scene later, right?
I want to say so.
Oh God.
I'm trying to remember.
Exactly. I can't. Yes, we do. We do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when we get Dr. Shin's introduction, he's like, "I'm the one who discovered the multidimensionality, a whole bunch of science jargon that means nothing."
Yep.
That theme continues, and I hope that theme continues throughout the rest of this season because
that is just who he is.
I love the amount of bullshit they're willing to throw out here. Like his device is just a fucking wind vane. It's called a wind vane. I just remembered. It's just a wind vane and a barometer.
Yep.
You could stick those two things together on something the size of a cell phone, even in 2016. This is nothing.
Yeah.
The amount of science jargon bullshit that's going on here right now, I am so here for it. I love how little this is taking itself seriously.
Oh yeah, no, this show, like, there will be times when it takes itself seriously, and like those are good too. But like, it sets the tone
Now
right
it's
away.
not
with,
it.
Yeah, it sets the tone right away with this is gonna be for vibes. This is gonna be for fun.
It's so
I love
unrealistic. I bet they don't even put fire in space.
Yeah. But no, God, yes.
I hurt you too.
So,
It was a campfire. It was just a campfire. It just
But in space.
no.
In space.
I'm not having fun anymore.
so I also like that they called
3
it
times.
the storm is the devil's
I
wind.
didn't quit. I just wasn't having fun.
The storm is called the devil's wind. Guy shows up and tells them that.
Why
Okay,
didn't
no,
you show off
bro.
here?
My guy appears like straight up like something out of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like I expected whistles when he's just like, "You should all run."
Every now. No, instead you get the orb song. Anytime he does something
I'm
cool.
a orb.
When he walks away, you get the orb song, and that's what you get.
They call back to that later in the episode, and I was like, "What song?"
Yep. No, so did you guys notice that their car is called the SSP-7?
No.
Is this the 7th version of it?
I think this is a reference to, again, the original Ultraman, but I don't remember for sure on that
Oh.
one. I just had to bring that up.
They do mug to the camera when they say that SSP-7 roll out.
Yep.
I just like the fact that we get like with the uncle, we get like a whole like tiny net situation with the newspaper.
Oh yeah,
and he can't figure out how to take it off.
Yep, the newspaper that hits him in the face.
You didn't think of it, did you, Alex? I got you, bitch.
I will not be stopped by a tiny net.
And
I missed the tiny net.
you missed the tiny net moment.
Amazing. All right, you won me back. You won me back. I knew I loved this.
Another great scene. When the storm hits and they drive up to the city and the billboard with the cow on it.
This is where the budget took a shit.
Oh yeah. But they have this billboard with a cow on it fly through.
I'm running that back here.
Yep.
Yeah, it just
oh my god!
It's a blink and you miss it moment when they cut to looking out the windshield from the backseat perspective.
I did miss it.
It's so good. I
Is
love that.
again for some reason?
Because like in old movies, like you'd see like when tornadoes hit, you'd see like cows get picked up and like moved along. So instead, it's a billboard with a
Yeah.
cow.
Remember Twister?
Yeah.
There goes cow.
Oh, sure. No,
Another
no.
cow. I think
no,
that's the same cow.
I get the. No, I get the trope. I just didn't realize that it was like, yeah, billboard surrogate.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Again, like I love how little this like takes itself seriously in the first episode. So yeah.
We get our guy landing on top of their vehicle after this. And so like isn't this the first Ultraman you've shown me where the Ultraman human is fully in on the bit?
Kind of, yeah.
It definitely felt tonally different having the Ultraman human being like, yes, I must protect my secret. I am also Ultraman.
This does like
Oh,
a
God.
Superman thing later that I really appreciated too with that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Can't tell I'm who I am if I do this.
Yeah, I feel all three of us could literally be Superman and Clark Kent. Like, oh, now I'm Superman. Clark Kent.
So I also love so Maga Basser, which is the name of the monster. How do you guys like the design of that? I think it's
I loved it. It's so good.
Yeah, I dug it too. I really did.
Like he's just spiky enough that I love it. Like a spiky bird for some reason works.
Yeah, like I love the aesthetic, all of it, especially the fact that they actually leaned into the feathers, and then when he gets boofed later in the episode, they do the poof feathers thing, and I loved whoever the writing team, the production team is for this. This was good.
Yeah, no, this is some strong writing from the Ultra fan franchise.
Yeah, I think I would watch Orb before Ginga.
I would say Orb is okay. So Orb isn't. For a long time, it was in my top 5. I think Blazar pushed it out, but it's like still really high on my list.
I didn't really fall in love with Blazar in the first episode. This one, this first episode really got me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it's just different. Like this one, I think hits a little more close to like the comedy aspect. I think is going to work more for you.
Yeah, no, I think all of this is silly. So like, if you lean into it, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Whereas like, I actually really dig, and this is kind of getting a little bit afield, but
I love
I feel like
right now.
I feel like the legendary MonsterVerse takes itself really seriously and kind of commits to the bit in a way that works for them. But
oh no, they've changed that.
What do you mean?
Did you watch A New Empire?
Oh no, I haven't seen The New Empire.
Yeah, you won't say it takes itself serious after watching that.
Okay.
It goes full
well,
I will say like it goes Showa level like ridiculousness at times, and honestly, it did make the series better because of it.
Okay, so it leans further into the comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually might work then. I don't know. Like I thought this had a really good mix. Like the combat in this episode is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get there.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, we're getting there right now because we get our first like little miniature fight between Orb and Maga Basser. When when the SSP's car gets sucked into the tornado and launched up.
Yeah.
Should all be dead.
Yep.
No,
the
we
way-
caught them though.
I love that after Jeddah loses their camera, Naomi's like, "Oh, I've got this." Like she pulls out her phone and starts recording, which gets brought up later in a pretty funny way.
That is so mean to do something like that.
Like, why? You didn't look at your phone once?
Yep. She's just got a recording of herself reacting to everything.
It's so stupid. I love it.
Yep. You can just see like the disappointment on the other two's faces.
Like, God, dare.
Yep. And I think this is where we get the chalkboard scene, right? After
Yeah.
they do some research and find out more about Maga Basser.
This made me crazy. This made me insane. And he
So-
just draws an integral. Like none of the subtitles make any sense.
What are you talking about? You take dx over dt, which is equal
Which-
to
No,
/line by y minus x.
It's not equal to. That makes no sense. Like he's like the dx over dt is showing that you're going to do an integral. That you could say the fact that he says it's equal to something, it like makes like okay. That's showing that you're going to make an integral, which makes it dt over dx. So like, fine, but like, like, where did you come up with the formula for one? Why are you setting it up in this way? This whole thing just like, why? I'm willing to hear your explanation out, but like, I don't know why you just like, oh yeah, the best way to view this is by an integral, and I know exactly what the formula is.
Of course he did. He's Dr. Shin. Dr. Shin knows all.
Yeah.
He might. What do I know? I just took calculus, so I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't know where you came up with that equation. Please explain yourself. Now, you introduced the equation. Explain yourself. That's all I'm saying.
This is in calculus 2.
I took fucking calculus 3, man. I took 1, 2, and
This
3.
is
Come on.
calculus 4.
No, it's not though. It's a single. He's doing dx over dt, which like he's not doing a multi integration. Like it's somewhere between Cal 2 and Cal 3.
This is not a math lesson, okay?
Yep. What this is a lesson on is getting coffee, because that's what Naomi does. She gets coffee for the team.
This does it not feel sexist after that?
Well, especially considering she's their leader.
And then you get the
they
typical,
even call her captain, right?
The typical, I'm a bad guy, but you don't know I'm a bad guy, but I'm a bad guy.
But I'm wearing an all black suit and I have kind of a sneery scowl.
And I have flowy black hair.
And a dope ass knot that you don't normally see for his tie.
Shit,
his
yeah.
tie is knotted, interestingly?
Yeah, it's an Eldridge knot. I know that because I'm a douchebag who does that knot too.
Oh, you're trying to stand out in public.
Yeah.
Because he's an Eldritch horror.
It's got that double fold over the side, huh? Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that before, actually.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love his pocket square. I love his pocket square, by the way. It's like black and red model. It does not in any way match the color of his tie, though, which I don't appreciate. I do like that he's got a matching textured vest. The texture is cool. So this is now a fashion podcast, by the way.
I mean, honestly, Juggler is worth doing a fashion podcast over. By the way, that's his name.
Juggler?
Yeah, his name is Juggler. Juggler.
I thought it was a rose.
No. Juggler what?
Juggler and Orb. Do you get it now?
He juggles orbs.
Yeah.
Orbs. But they're just O's because they represent orbs.
Yes, which is why he has his own O at the end.
Oh.
Why is it not a sphere?
Yeah,
What
this
is the
is
sphere but not a circular O?
this is our villain, Jugless Juggler. He's
I
dope
mean,
as fuck.
spherical. Circular implies 2 dimensions. Why is happening?
I like to hurt him.
Anyway, yeah.
It hurt me so good. Yeah, so this
I-
character is really cool. Love his character design. Also, super weird non sequiturs all over this episode.
Oh yeah, no, I love
like
it.
you'll have people in the middle of a conversation be like, "Yeah, so how was dinner? There will be a war tomorrow." What? What the fuck did you just say?
Yep. I love that Juggler likes storms because they provide some relief from how dull the world can be. And then he starts speaking French.
That's the line. That's the line. He's just like I'm the only one here. You just happen to be hearing me rambling.
And
that
then
was the energy he was
the
putting off.
creepy ass thunder and then image behind him.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. Where you see the other form for him for a second.
Yep.
I also love so I'm gonna bring up that he says he speaks a little French and he says that it's what he said was a bolt of lightning and that it's supposed to
Right.
mean love at first sight.
It's used to describe
Yeah.
love at first sight.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That won't be important for the rest of the series.
It's because he loves her.
Yeah.
It's just immediately like the creepiest thing you could say to someone.
Yep. But he's
My love
also
for you is like a bolt
super
of
dope
lightning.
looking, so people are just gonna put up with that. Have you
You
seen his
know,
tie?
the-
He's too
the-
powerful.
Hey man, the line between creepy and cute is how attractive you find him.
And that dude has just
I'm apparently
wicked
just
pull.
creepy.
No comment.
But yeah, I want to say what his so you know how every ultra monster Josh gets a little title too?
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna fucking love his title. Juggler's title is dope.
Juggler. The
The
juggler
friend
of orbs.
the friend of all orbs.
The friend of all orbs, yep.
God, I can't wait till we force you to watch fucking Gamera.
All right, so
That's gonna be the 1 week I have a stroke and watch something completely different and don't tell you.
Yep.
As long
Honestly,
as you
that'd be
watch
kinda
that
funny.
after credit scene.
You gotta tell me it's there. I'm gonna miss it.
So the SSP go to deal with the storm. The storm's a brewing. They're going to deal with it.
The Something Somewhere podcast.
Yep, the Something Somewhere podcast. Naomi gets pulled into the sky, and Guy jumps in to save her. And as he saves
getting
her,
pulled into the sky is great. She's like holding onto a pole, just feet dangling in the air.
Yep.
It's weird it happened twice.
Yep.
If I had a nickel, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's weird that I have 2.
Yep. Then after Guy grabs her, his ocarina flies out, so she grabs that. And
Which okay.
Yep.
Oh
Then,
shit, I missed that.
Yeah, it's when they're still in the tornado, she grabs it, and then they make it clear at the top. They fall back down. She's screaming the entire time, and he just lands straight-legged.
It's a good 90 seconds of screaming.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
She just he lands straight-legged. All right, here you go.
And then explosion behind. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yep. And then we get Guy.
Don't worry about that building, miss.
Yep. Then we get Guy doing the Superman moment where he goes to a photo booth to transform into Ultraman.
This is the worst photo booth, by the way, for how long it takes to develop.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, no.
Oh yeah,
Josh, you gotta remember,
it's played for time.
Yeah, well, it takes 3 minutes for them to develop. Yeah. So
it's the color timer, right?
Yeah. So we get orb
It's 6 minutes.
No, it's only 3 in in universe. In universe, it's only 3. That's how the color timer works. Yeah. So then we get Orb transforming into his, for lack of a better term right now, base form, Spacium Zepyrian. How do you guys like this form?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a fusion between Tiga and I can't remember the other one.
The original Ultraman?
Ultraman.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's just the first one.
Well, he didn't
This
have
is
a cool specialized name then, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because they
He's
didn't know they were going to make
Ultraman.
another.
Ultraman.
No, I thought this was good. I enjoyed this one.
Yep. I especially love what they do when he hits the blinking part with this design. Because that blinking part, so when he gets to the blinking part, we get this weird thing where like spectral versions of Ultraman and Ultraman Tiga like start coming out of his body.
It's like their fusion becomes weakened.
Yep. I appreciate that. I think it's kind of fun.
It adds an extra layer of tension to the fights. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
I also love what he says when he transforms into Orb. I light the darkness and strike at evil.
Aww.
There's like a lot of good one-liners in this. Yeah. So we get that line. Fight's pretty solid. I liked the fight a lot. We get a couple
Yeah, the
of like
fight was good. I
we
love
get,
the model work. This
Yep.
was great.
and while like the slasher isn't the best I've seen, like I think the one from Blazar is way better, the
Mhm.
Rainbow Slash, but like this one that he uses in this is okay. Where he just throws a fucking purple energy buzzsaw.
Yeah, the rainbow one was.
I love that he throws it and it was gonna hit a building. He like catches it and redirects it.
That instant transmission he does.
It was pretty slick.
Yeah, no, the fight's honestly all right. Like I think there are better fights in this one. Like when we get to Galactron, which is something that I had said way too many times with Gigantron the other day.
Yep. Yep. There
when
it is.
when we get to that fight's really dope. But like we get some pretty solid ones throughout the series. I also love, so there's another line that Juggler says when the SSPC Orb, they're like, well, who's that? And he's like, Juggler comes up, like, well, that's Ultraman Orb, the galaxy's shining star.
Shining star.
Yeah, this dude just like, and I'm here too.
I'm more important than you guys, which is why I'm telling you things.
Exposition, exposition, exposition.
I'm gonna be the main villain. Can you tell already?
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy.
And you
Duh.
dig it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. So we get like some decent fighting. Then we get Orb's signature Ultra Beam, the Sparian Ray.
I enjoyed this beam.
Yeah, it's a solid beam.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like his beam. I don't think it's my favorite. There's another one that I think is a little above it for me that I'm hoping we'll get to at some point. But like this one is all right.
This actually kind of did what Godzilla Ultima tried to do with his beam, but I feel like it did it better. Because with Ultima, he would like the fucking circles would like appear, going down range, and then the beam would come out. And this one just felt like it was just integrated together better, where it all happened.
Oh yeah. No, like the design work on this one, like there's a couple of things here and there that I don't like. We'll eventually get to there's like one orb form I really don't like.
Does it have armor?
No, not really. No, we'll get to it eventually, and like maybe I'll warm up to it this time. The last few times I've watched this show, I still like wasn't a fan of that form, but like I'm a little more mature now. Maybe I'll enjoy it more. But so he defeats Maga Besser with the Sparian Ray, and then he goes back to like he turns back to Guy. This light comes down and goes through his transformation device to turn into a new card for him.
Yeah, it comes out of a giant crystal that's just randomly in the ground now.
Yep. We get more on that too. There's like
Okay.
yeah, like they do more over the course of the series with like lore building because you'll see like there's specific monsters that have Maga as like the first part of their names. That becomes like an important thing to them. So we're going against Maga here, folks. You heard it here. We're bringing down the Maga.
It only took a matter of time. There it was.
Yep.
Oh god,
We're
it always
bringing
comes
him
back to
down.
Overwatch.
We're gonna kill the Maga.
What's
The mob.
happening?
But yeah, yeah, no. I also love that he goes back to the photo booth and finds these photos of him like transforming, which
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty funny.
well, and like the best part is like he freaks, like he's like, oh, good thing I got these. It's like,
Oh, that was close.
you can't tell what you're doing in there. It looks like you had a light that you like lit up in front of the camera. You can't tell you're turning into Ultraman.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of information did you get
Wait,
from those photos?
wait, so is it just me or is this just my headcanon now? The fact that he is literally walking away from the group after getting handed back the ocarina, we get the orb music. Is it just him playing as he's walking away?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
I feel like
He's
he's
just like
always him playing.
toidly, just.
As long as he's not like, as long as you can't see his face, it's him playing.
Oh, he's playing it without even when we're showing his face. You just can't see where that orb is.
But yeah, I also like
Oh my!
when they ask like if they're gonna see him again, and he says the most like dismissive thing ever. He's like, "Well, the Earth is round. I'm sure we'll run into each other again."
That was like another non sequitur. He's like, "Will we ever see you again? The Earth is round."
Yeah, just
Alex is fine. Earth is round.
like that's got to be a Japanese phrase or something that I'm just not
It
getting.
had, yeah. That had to
No.
have been like.
It just
over
goes
my head
out
on
to
that,
prove to all you flat earthers that you're wrong.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're taking down the MAGA people and the flat earthers, which are more or less the same people.
If I ever had a goal in life,
I mean, honestly, considering we're gonna make a lot of fucking MAGA jokes, that's all I'm gonna say.
God damn.
I was cutting back. Now that we're on this train, let's go.
Yep. There are many other MAGA monsters in this.
Can't wait till I'm not recording at my parents' house.
Yep. But then we get the final scene is there's a second. Well, we get Juggler with his own transformation device, who makes a Maga Basser card, and he questions if Orb is the light of hope, or if he could bring infinite darkness. Dun dun dun.
Because what happens when you snuff out the light?
Yep.
You get really dim light. Then
Yes.
darkness.
That's not as poetic.
Yeah, so this was the first episode of
Oh.
Orb. We already talked a little bit about what you guys thought about it, but like, how you feeling after this?
I'd keep watching this.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Is
Boys are
this
so better. It's so much.
Is it?
I love it.
Blazar's a lot
I
of
can't
fun.
get enough of Blazar. Okay.
I don't know, man. This one is. I think I had a little bit more fun watching this one than
Yeah.
than
You.
Blazar.
That's true.
So I feel like this one is definitely more your style, Alex. I think so the one I want to watch, like, well,
I think you're
hopefully.
finally starting to get a taste of like the dumb shit that I
Yeah.
like.
Well, so I think there's gonna be like one series that I think is gonna hit like a sweet spot for both of you when we get to it, which is Ultraman G'd, where it still has like some of the
I
comedic
saw
elements.
it's GEED, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It has some of the
I saw
comedic
that one. I
elements.
didn't even.
Not Return of
Mhm.
Ultraman. Not Ultraman 7.
I mean, if you want to watch a man commit war crimes, we could watch Ultra 7. That dude just
Oh,
straight up
man.
cuts people in half.
Yeah, he's rough.
Yeah, and it's not like an energy blade and you explode afterwards. It's like a real blade and you're just bleeding to death.
That's
Ah.
That was a children's
sounds
show in the
great.
60s.
Oh
No.
crap.
Oh, damn it.
Yep. They
This
just
is
let
not
that
what I signed up for.
they just let that be on TV in the 60s. But no.
But we cannot show adults who are married having a queen size bed. No, no, no. Two separate twins.
Yeah. You can't imply that people have sex, only commit war crimes on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you, immoral?
Yeah.
Sick bastards.
Uh
You can maybe get away with the California King. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
You
it
have to
could
have
be
two
worse.
different comforters on it.
It could be worse. The original Ultraman committed genocide once.
What is
Oh.
happening?
That's not even a joke. He really did that. He blew up
What?
a planet of living people.
I imagine it being just as bad as him being like, yeah, they deserved it, like hand waving it away.
Kind of, yeah.
That's terrible.
I mean, they were baddies, but like, not all of them had. Like,
But
some of them had
what?
to be good
No.
people.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you can't do that to a populace. You do that to
Yeah.
individuals. What's
No,
happening?
no, it's fine. It's fine. They were basically the Death Star.
Crap.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
has
What are you
been,
gonna say about that one?
Yeah, this has been Orb.
Many Bothans died.
This has been Orb. We're gonna keep watching this one. Power through that. Before we
For
go,
sure.
since we had Blazar on for Blazar,
Oh.
we got Orb on for Orb.
Oh.
Hey, look at him.
Dude, look at
Yeah.
that. Hell
Really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Damn it, now my action figure collection needs to expand to these kaiju movie action figures now. That's one thing about this podcast that I'm starting to learn. It's like these would make great figures.
And
Damn it. And there's so many. This
Yep.
is like my my Dragon Ball collection. It's like, oh, do you have Goku in all of his 9,000 forms? Well, not yet.
Well, do you have false Super Saiyan Goku
Yeah,
from the movie?
From
yeah.
Lord Slug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
I need
you
to
have the
rewatch that.
one? Do you have two with the lightning bolts? Well, not exactly.
I have it with Gohan.
Yeah.
Actually, I have it with Vegeta.
he had different hair. Yeah, you do. Isn't that Majin Vegeta?
It is.
That's not Vegeta. That's not Super Saiyan.
He's
2
got
Vegeta,
Super
then
Saiyan
you
2.
liar.
He's got the lightnings.
Mhm.
No.
He's Super Saiyan
No,
2,
that's
but with
Majin
the
Vegeta. It's different.
it's like a
No,
power
that's
up to
Majin
that.
Vegeta. It's different.
No, it's Super Saiyan 2
It's
Vegeta with Majin powers.
Different.
Anyway.
You
He can
know it
turn
is.
you
Stop
into
lying to
candies.
yourself.
Anyway, this has
I will
been
turn you
Ultraman
into candy.
Orb. This has been Ultraman Orb. I'm gonna stop our recording now.
Did it twice.
Yep.
You can't have us on for an anime or a kaiju show and have us not tangent at some point.
Oh no, I expected that. I just needed to make sure we ended it because we still have one more episode to record today. We still have
All
to
right.
get Blazar into.
Now the real question is, when do we get him to watch Space 1999?
I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna say that's difficult. I'm just gonna say
After
like we're gonna have to work that into
after
the schedule.
Godzilla '98.
I want you to look up Space 1999,
I don't want to. I'm just gonna say that right now.
please.
You bitch. Space 1999.
Yep, Space 1999.
Is this Gunhead?
No,
Is that Travolta?
no.
Okay, thank God.
You'll see something
It's
stick.
British.
You'll see something stick out very, very obvious.
Oh, I'm on the Wikipedia, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna see that.
Oh, do it on the YouTubes.
I don't think that's safe. Basically, the things that you tell me to search prove questionable.
I would never. I would.
Fuck. You would. This is a porn parody, isn't it?
No,
Okay, do I watch a full episode or what do you want from me?
no. I don't want you to experience it yet.
You don't. So you had me look this up so that I wouldn't click on it.
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna watch the fucking intro. Martin Landau? The soundtrack for the opening title is literally Starsky and Hutch. Are you aware of this, Nick?
In passing.
This is classic late 70s shit right now.
As it should be.
It's literally got like a like it's got that kind of bass line going on right now. It's like murder mystery starring Tom Selleck as Magnum PI, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to look at something really, really cool, Joe 90. Now look up Joe 90.
I signed up for Kaiju. This is not this is unacceptable.
I mean, if we can get a big robot in, we've already broken that rule once.
I don't think we should have broken that rule. I think we ruined everything at that point.
I'm gonna be honest. The only way I can make it justified is that Bebe is a kaiju. She drops into
she
drops into that
humanoid
goo.
kaiju.
Yep, she is the kaiju in that movie.
God damn it!
That's the only way it works.
Look up Joe 90.
A Gary Anderson film.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh my God, is this Star Trek but Team America?
Maybe. Yeah, look at that face.
I would have loved working on this. Oh my God, this looks like the production on this is super cool. Wow. What? That's like I think that working on something like Wallace and Gromit would have been way too intensive, though I would have loved working on something like that. But this feels like halfway there, but not as loving quite as Wallace and Gromit. Joe 90's top 5 darkest moments. This is gonna be great. It's the cinematography on this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, Nick. in that episode of Ultraman, what were those revolvers?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not much of a gun person, so I'm like not 100%.
Well, they were clearly revolvers that had been like, made over to be, blaster pistols or whatever the
Mhm.
hell, but like super weird design.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I didn't expect to see something like that. Why are the models in Joe 90 really high quality?
I don't know. Because the one looks like Alec Baldwin. And it's upsetting. Explodium!
Hey man, there's nothing that we're ever gonna hear that's stupider than Tex-Mexium.
Unobtainium?
So not even close to as stupid. Well, all right, fellas, I gotta sign off and get started on dinner.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Oh, Alex, before you go,
Yep.
want to double check. Would you be able to record tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Wednesday the 3rd.
Yep.
Yeah.
What time?
I mean, I'm pretty much open whenever.
What are we recording?
I was hoping to do the second episode of Orb since we couldn't do the first one last week, and then maybe the first
Oh.
2 episodes of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, what time tomorrow?
Dude, like literally any time is
Anytime?
fine with me.
Okay.
Whatever works for you guys, I can make work.
Yeah, I might be able to swing that. Yeah, I'll watch. I'll see if I can get all 3 of those done tonight. After I get done cooking.
Okay. Yep.
What are you cooking?
Fajitas.
Ooh, yum.
Chicken or beef fajitas?
I'm not sure. I think we have beef fajitas.
Now you're gonna do shrimp.
No.
Ooh, do shrimp, chicken, and shrimp together.
Shrimp, chicken, and shrimp.
That's 2 things. We did 2 things.
No, you do double shrimp.
Yeah. Or hear me out.
Listening.
We go a little exotic. Emu.
Ooh.
I've had emu eggs, but I've never had emu meat.
I had ostrich meat.
I've had
All right.
ostrich jerky. It was okay.
I had it
Kinda
as a burger.
stringy.
Hmm.
Oh.
I'd imagine that'd be kind of tasty.
Yeah, I bet that would.
Now I'm kind of wondering how Gator would go in a fajita.
Dude,
I've had
Gator
in,
is so fucking good.
I've had gator in tacos before. That was pretty good.
Oh man, and tacos, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
voodoo tacos.
Dude, voodoo tacos?
Yeah, voodoo tacos.
Do they do like
rocks.
Cajun seasoning too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
To the what? Oh.
So
I'm sorry, Sharon.
just for your knowledge, also one I posted the Naruto pain fight, and
No.
I've already had Nick watch it, so now you have to watch it.
Absolutely not.
Do you like?
Oh, from Shippuden. Oh, interesting.
Do you like Forged in Fire? Well, get ready for a meat version.
Forged in meat.
Forged in meat.
It's porno.
What?
Yeah, forged in meat. It's porn. Not really, but you know.
I don't like any of this.
I feel like it actually is now.
No, like any of it.
And it is.
Yeah, I did not get fully through Shippuden.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah, I feel like Madara is kind of a step down from Pain. In terms
But
of
he was better animated than Pain.
he was better animated, but I felt like the story was less interesting. Like Pain was like a parallel to Naruto. Madara was just another Sasuke.
Why does Baruto have so many piercings? Is that Baruto?
You'd think that would be an insult, but it's actually not. That would be an improvement.
Is that Baruto? What the hell just happened?
That is Pain.
Wait, Pain is the guy who looks like Discount Naruto?
Yeah.
Ah.
Because
What?
his life is pain.
Yeah. So he's gonna bring pain to the world.
He just got whack-a-mole. I'm done.
Are you at 1 minute?
Yeah. He just got whack-a-mole. I'm done.
No. Please, I want you to see the animation at 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
God damn it. Okay. The whack-a-mole was pretty low.
Now I want to see your face at this portion.
Okay, I'm at 2 minutes.
Oh shit! I would have skipped all of that if I were you.
Why? What did the skeleton do for you exactly?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh. Oh.
There it is, people. We got him.
What? Dude, Pain's face though. What? That looked like something out of Ego Raptor.
Don't diss Ego Rapper like that. He's done better.
Like I mean intentionally bad. What is? Did they switch art directors mid-episode?
Probably.
This is crap.
Yeah, just know it's all bad.
Dude, that was bad. Oh my god, what even happened in that scene?
Oh, don't worry, there's
What?
more.
See, this is the thing that like I remember when I was watching Naruto for the first time and we got to the big Sasuke Naruto fight. Like realizing how much of the budget was allocated in a bunch of different places inappropriately, like became forefront knowledge that is really bad.
Yeah.
I like the part where Payne's running on
Wow,
water
that
and
was
he just has the sonic legs of it just moving in a circle.
No, that's what I was. That was the second time I was commenting. Like, what is this? The Sonic legs was almost worse than the whole like crazy face thing that he was doing. Oh my god!
Dun, dun, dun,
Why did
dun, dun,
why did you just
dun.
ruin my evening?
Oh, I mean, if I had to see it, you have to as well.
No, Misery does not need to love company. How dare you?
No, Misery does love company.
All right. Well, let's reconvene for those episodes tomorrow then.
All right, sounds good.
Good Blazar, gentlemen.
Bizarre.
Mm-hmm. All right, one sec. Welcome to the Mega Monster Cast. This is our third episode we filmed today, and we are talking about Ultraman Blazar episodes 20 and 21. I am Nick, and with me is Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, you should have.
Yep. So today we're going to be talking about our next two episodes of Ultraman Blazar. I'm going to start off
Night
by
of Insect Chirping.
I'm going to start off by saying it's really tough to follow the last couple of episodes. Like
Yeah.
that's a really hard thing to do. Like those were like you can make the argument those are some of the best episodes that like the franchise has had, considering how like well done that was on the emotional side and on like the Blazar power up side, like just across the board, great.
Yeah, it's like we spent nothing but praise for the show, and we finally hit a low point.
Yeah, and even then, like I don't think these are bad episodes. I just feel like it's hard. It's so hard to like follow up those last couple of episodes and like you
Well,
put these episodes in like other shows and they become like some of the better episodes of those shows.
it just each of these episodes does like one major thing that just kind of disappointed me for the whole thing.
That's fair. Like there's again, these are probably some of the more flawed episodes, but it really just speaks to the quality of the show. Anyway, let's get started. Episode 20 opens with
The
honestly,
worst kind of punishment.
yep. Uh, our scarred team is being forced to do a sketch for an elementary school where they have to like hype up Scarred to the general public.
Yes, they need the actual Scar to do this, even though they could just get actors to do it or somebody who's not in Scarred to do it. So in case there's an emergency, these guys can actually do their job.
Yeah, but why would you do that when you can just, force people to do this as a form of punishment?
And oh my, I will say though, their acting for this is brilliant.
Hmm.
Oh no, there's a kaiju.
Again, you can
Oh,
tell
don't be scared.
that Emmy and Henri do not want to do this.
Yasunobu though, he is into it.
Oh, Yasunobu has big theater kid energy. He is down. This is his time to shine. But then we get this call about that Teruaki's dad has collapsed on the farm and he needs to go home to help.
I was so happy that it was another Teruyuki episode.
Hmm. Like, I like that we get some follow up to him like being a farm kid, because like I'd make the argument almost everything that happens in this episode definitely has like farm kid energy to it too. Uh,
Yes.
so Teruaki goes like rushes to his family farm to try to help with his dad. His brother's there, and it turns out his dad's fine. Like you do find out a little later in the episode, like the whole collapsing thing wasn't made up. It's just they use that as an excuse to get Teruaki back to the farm because they're gonna try to get him married.
Yeah, nothing sounds like good family ethics like forced marriages.
Yep. So they're trying to like set him up on an arranged marriage so like he doesn't have to worry about like finding someone because he hasn't done a good job of that so far. And
He's
they want
28. He's
yeah,
he's getting up there in age. He's getting
yep,
too old.
yep, that shoots every last one of the people that have been on this podcast in the foot.
In this scene, he's sitting off like yeah, I'm a pissed off child. I was like, I don't want.
Yep. Uh, they also bring up they want him to quit the GGF, which I get it. I feel like that's one of the weaker points of the episode.
Yeah, because they really make it just sound like he was also kind of hiding what he really did
Hmm.
from the family, even though it makes it sound like the family knows exactly what he does.
Yeah.
So they know he's like super fucking important.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. But yeah, and we get insects chirping. Insects chirping, obviously, name of the episode. It's going to be a recurring thing that happens throughout the course of this episode. We find out that one of the neighbors' fields has been destroyed because the quality of the soil has changed. Like the nitrogen has been leached out of the soil. And
All that clock joy.
yep. And Scarred, meanwhile, when it cuts back to Scarred, not only are they still like doing the play thing, I believe at this point they are fully suited up in their costumes for it,
Yes.
which God, they look ridiculous in the best way.
Emmy's like an old mother. Henri's dressed like Dora the Explorer.
Yep,
Gento's a chef, and Yasunobu, well, he's Yasunobu.
yep, he's just how he would dress if he was allowed to pick the uniform. But they all decide together that they're gonna go bail on this in order to uh oh, sorry, almost forgot. Uh, skipped ahead a little bit. We find out about,
Oh,
the whole dad collapsing thing was real, and we find out that there's a cave in the woods, and the small kaiju has come out of that, and that's what Teruaki gets in touch with them about because he needs them to come out and help with this bug kaiju.
yeah, because him and his father will immediately get attacked.
Hmm. And I love
And then,
when they decide to bail on this play. Everyone's like, well, like what are we gonna like tell the brass? And Gento's plan is, well, see, I've got this foolproof strategy. I'm gonna beg them for forgiveness. We're gonna leave, and I'm gonna hope they forgive us later.
I just love how he says it. Beg for forgiveness.
Yep. I also like the small bug kaiju, which we later find out is called Zugugan. Uh, has this like spit, and normally when I think of like a spit attack, it's usually like an acid spit,
Yeah.
but instead this is like a goo that solidifies. I think that's like a fun direction to take, and they do some kind of fun stuff with it later on when they fight against Blazar.
Yeah. I honestly I love the fact that these things are just little larger than human size.
Hmm.
We get so much of this, and it works so well, in my opinion, that I wish they would have just kept with that.
Yep, that's kind of the point that Josh and I both had was like I wish they would have done more with like the human-sized kaiju. I'm I know you're not a big fan of like the bigger Zugugan. I'm fine with it as long as like they do more with the smaller ones. It's just I don't think that they give enough time for like the scarred members to shine with the small ones.
Yeah.
Like we get a little bit of that, but it's not played up the way I wish it was, you know?
Yeah, like honestly, I would have been completely like golden with this episode, like not a single flaw almost. If they would have just kept the big kaiju out, kept Earthy out,
Mm.
Blazar out, and just focused on the actual team, like doing their job for once and like not being complete screw ups.
Which is
Well,
valid.
screw ups to the brass
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah. But no, so obviously Josh talked about it. They have to scramble Earth Garon. They're gonna scramble Earth Garon and they're gonna send it down and just wipe out the little kaiju. Which I'm actually like that's another element I thought worked well. Like the idea of, well, we got this big robot, let's just send it in to squash all these little bugs.
Yeah.
Like I liked that idea, and then we get our big Zugugan, which I'm gonna say this like across the board, the Zugugan designs are really damn good. I like them a lot.
I did like the design.
Hmm.
Oh, I can't knock it at all.
Yep. The head looks great. I like the big, almost like praying mantis arms. Like it just works. It just works really, really well. Like it's a very intimidating design, which I appreciate because like spoiler, like this thing almost beats Blazar. Like Zugugan gets closer than almost any other kaiju to beating Blazar.
Yeah. The only one that got closer was Nigagachi.
Yep. Josh, you can't say that. That's not your word.
But I can't. That's his name.
But yeah, no. So I like that they sent Earth Garon down to deal with like all the kaiju, and that's when we get our big Zugugan. That Emmy notices there's this heat wave that comes up, and the big Zugugan's there. Um, Fight ensues. Blazar starts fighting the Zugugan because of course he's going to, and he's tossing him around but really not doing much of damage. While the rest of the Scarred team goes to try to wipe out the little ones.
Yeah.
Then we
Because
get
it's Henri. No. Yes,
it's Henri
Henri
Teruaki.
and Teriyuki.
Yep, yep. They both go down, and I like this idea. So they go down and they find this big egg that's full of larvae, and they're going to just blow this fucker up.
Okay. I will give it a little notch here as well. Like, if it was producing the larvae, I do kind of wish they would have changed up the design
Hmm.
just a little bit, just to make it look like a larva form
Yeah.
instead of it's just there and then it grows really really big.
Well, I think the arms are different, but I do wish there was a little more distinction. Like, I don't think the arms are as bladed in the smaller form, but like I agree, it should have been like there should have been like some like maybe it doesn't its features aren't as defined too.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
because
Like,
like the way they shoot this, like it's almost like in Aliens when the queen is just with the egg sac, just
yep.
plop, plop, and plop.
Yeah. We also get this the reveal that the chirping noise that all these Zugagons have been making are basically like them warning each other of danger. So when Blazar is eventually pinned by Zugagon, not just pinned, but like he uses that
He is
hardening
strapped.
spit. Yep, like completely stuck on the ground at the mercy of the Zugagon. They play the chirping to distract the Zugagon. Um, Blazar is able to use his Firdran armor to essentially like burn the goo, like get himself free, burns the goo, that sort of that it tries to shoot at him again. Terrawaki blows up the egg. Blazar does that cool fire and lightning arrow to kill the big one.
I This is some C4, by the way.
Yeah, no, it is 100% C4.
Like this is the most explosive C4 I've ever.
Yeah, no, it's just like a little block of Semtex, but it fucking takes out this giant thing. A part of me almost wonders if they wanted to make like a, so like it talks about that nitrogen is what they feed off of. I wonder,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I wonder if that's what it's going for here. Because that's why the soil is going bad, is they're leaching the nitrogen out of it.
that makes more sense.
Hmm. So I'm wondering if that egg is just like super flammable. But yeah, fire and lightning arrow, loved that.
By the way, holy shit! I thought it was just going to be a double-bladed sword from like this point on,
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's a
and
bow
it's
and
like,
arrow too.
yeah, no, it was like five pumps, and it's a bow now. It was so sick.
Yeah,
I love
no,
that.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, it's a dope ass finisher because again, it does a good job of combining the two elements that Blazar now controls, electricity and fire, into that one arrow to hit his enemy. Like, honestly, just looks cool. But yeah, Gento has to inform the team, that because they ran off without doing the sketch, they are now required to do it in every prefecture in Japan.
42 more.
Yep, it's like going to every state and having to do a performance of a play. And then we get this kind of like sweet scene. It's like a little tense but sweet, where Teruaki and his dad have like this final moment. And then Terawaki's dad, when he's like working the fields, he like leans down, picks up the soil, and is like, "This is the land my son protected."
Which was sweet, but like overly acted here.
Oh yeah, no, it's a little much, but I appreciated what they were trying to do.
Yeah, like he's finally able to let himself show the emotion he's finally feeling.
Hmm. Again, just a little bit ham-fisted. Um, I like this episode well enough. I did also write down in my notes for this one that the Blazar movie looks really good, and I wish that they would, release it in English.
Bro, it looks so good.
I've heard the story is just okay. It's just supposed to be like a long episode of Blazar, but like I would
I
take
am,
that for more action.
yeah, because like just the scene alone of like Gento running down the street and then just growing an Ultraman looked amazing in my opinion.
Oh yeah. No, like again, I wish that they would release an English copy of it. I've watched some of the other Ultraman movies, and like they're usually like a fun little romp. Like they're usually just feel like long episodes, but like this one looks like it's got some really good action. I'm kind of upset that I haven't seen it.
One day.
Yeah, I mean eventually. I know that Super Eye Productions is putting out more Blu-rays for their stuff again, so hopefully sometime within the next year that'll come out on Blu-ray in English so I can watch it. Yeah. Okay episode. Again, I think the biggest problem it had was it had to come after two really, really, really good episodes.
Yeah, they were top tier.
Yeah. The next episode I also enjoyed well enough, but I felt like this one was paced a little odd,
Yeah.
and it like I get what it's doing. It's trying to set up a power up for Earth Garon, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, that's the upgrade he's waiting on.
Yep, it's gonna be here sometime in November probably. But yeah. So this episode introduces Mod 3 for Earth Garon.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I thought
This
it looked
is
pretty sick actually. For
yeah,
as simple it is.
yeah. It's just kind of like an extra jetpack attachment that releases these like anti-grav particles, basically, which looks really similar to something they did in the last Ultraman, Ultraman Decker, and
Oh.
in Gundam 00 from 2007.
Yeah.
But I'm always there for it. I like it. They also make a point of like a lot of like important people from the GGF are there watching this. Like this is a super big deal.
Yeah, and oh boy, there's some tension in this episode.
hmm So we get the beginning of a launch using this new engine inside of this jetpack called the Uranus drive. And their hope is that they can make Earth Garon move at speeds relatively similar to Deltandal. When they start running it, Yasunobu passes out. He cannot handle the G-forces. It gets up to like Mach 9 and he passes out. And
Which,
go for it.
like, up to this point, like, yeah, we're testing it out, but we don't know if they've gone through like these G training pretty much to
hmm
face that many G's.
I mean, I think it's like the implication is they probably had to have, but like tough to say how long they had to prepare for this. I know, like, since it's an Earth Garon thing, Yasunobu had to have at least been partially involved in the design of it, which I also feel like might play into why he wasn't as prepared for it as he should be. Like maybe he thought, well, since I know what it does, I'll be more prepared for it, and he just wasn't physically prepared for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yasunobu passes out, and it's decided that from now on, Henri will be piloting for the tests. Yasunobu is a better marksman of the two, but Henri has better stamina and is capable of handling flight better. So Yasunobu is basically benched from being Earth Garon's pilot until further notice.
Well, he's banned from Earth Garon in general, basically.
Mhm.
He's not allowed to be even in there for combat.
Yep, it's just Henri and Earth Garon's AI, and that's basically it.
I
So,
mean, you know how shitty that would be? Like, he's been a part of Garon from, like, the very beginning. He was there helping build him, and now he's not even allowed to even look at him.
yep. No, that again, it doesn't get emotional beat in this episode. I just feel like there's some pacing issues with it.
Yeah.
Like most episodes, I have like a ton of notes on, and this one, like, I have maybe half a page because, like, I just don't think a lot actually happens in this episode. You know, like there's a lot of good emotional beats,
No.
like a lot of good like little emotional scenes, but there's just a lot of like silent parts of the episode too.
Honestly, yeah, there's a lot of just, like, shots of either training or even, honestly, it's just some flashbacks, too.
Yep. But we do get like a nice little moment where Henri comes over and gives Yasunobu a snack because and like sort of backs him up on like, you're better at this in terms of like actual combat than I am. Like I'm good at piloting him, and like flight I'm fine with, but like you are clearly the better marksman. And he like does play up the fact that she has better stamina when it comes to like the flight that they're aiming for now, going Mach 9 plus. But that's why he trains.
Yeah. But still, how, like, even if he, like, can't fly, I still feel like they'd put him in there to help, like, shoot.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue would be like if they fly too fast and he passes out, then they just got a passed out dude in the cockpit. And
That's
then,
fine. They'll wake up.
yep, just slap him around a little bit.
I mean, that's kind of like, honestly, isn't that also the reason why they have the AI now? The AI should be pretty much taken over at that point.
You would assume, but I guess not. We also get the return of the sketch because they still have to do all those sketches across the prefectures.
Oh, God. I hope that ends soon.
I mean, it's just a brief little moment. I appreciated that, like, there's follow up on that at least, though. And then we find out that there's a much bigger Delton doll called Delton Doll B.
Which is 300% bigger, I think is what she said.
It's got to be even bigger than that, like maybe, but like it feels like it should be even bigger than 300%. Like that thing's huge.
6 times larger.
6 times larger. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that.
Because this one's 300 meters long.
Yep. Yeah, it's just giant. So, Henri and Earth Garon are going to go out using Mod 3 to try to catch it and bring it down. They send it out, they engage, they manage to catch up to it. Henri fires, and she misses because she is not as good of a marksman. And she even says like, "Oh crap, did I miss?" We get another scene back at the base after that. We find out that Gento has put in paperwork to have him come back as a pilot, but the brass are being slow when it comes to putting him back out there.
Man, it's like it's a commentary on government work.
Crazy. The government's never
What?
broken.
No way.
Nah. Yeah, Yasunobu basically kind of asks Gento if he can just get in anyway.
Yeah, because this is also where we find out this version is also slightly different. Instead of a fighter jet, this one's a bomber.
Yep. Yep. And I appreciate the bomb that it drops, like those energy orbs, basically.
Callback to our last episode.
Yeah, that's not going to come out until way after. Well, actually, I need to figure out
Last
which
episode
episode's
we
from.
recorded today.
Yeah, shout out to Orb. It's an O, everyone.
Oh God.
But yeah, so the plan is when they're flying at it that they have to take out the energy spheres in its wings to cut propulsion. They go up, they attack it. Gento turns into Blazar. There's a little scrapping going on. He goes Ferdran, and they push Delton Dahl into space.
That's kind of sick,
Mhm.
actually.
No, I appreciated that part. Again, I agree with you. I feel like this episode really shouldn't have had Blazar. Like, I didn't care that much about like him being in the last episode. I felt like this should have been a Blazarless episode.
Yeah, because like when they're in space, they finally they make it look like Garon finally gets the win that the higher ups and the brass is wanting. It shoots the death beam right into the chest. It goes, and you're like, ah, we did it. Because I actually I cheered. I'm like, finally. And then it turns around and it's like, nope, fuck you.
Yep. Yeah. Like I get it's Ultraman Blazar. Blazar has to play a role in it, but like I don't know. I feel like this is like the one time I really wanted him to not interfere in the fight. But I mean that's also again the nature of an Ultraman show.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Overall, I feel like we had a lot to say about the last couple of episodes. I don't really have much to say about these ones. I like the Delton Doll B. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Zugugan was
It
awesome. Go for it.
I I have the scene up now where um Blazar just gets finished cutting him in half.
Hmm.
Like even with that, even if they had Blazar in it helping, I feel like they should have had him at least just not be close enough to do it, and he just chucks the sword and has Garon grab it
Hmm.
and him do it. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But it just bugs me because I'm watching at 26 minutes and 15 seconds where Blazer actually has the armor right above his orb thing.
Hmm.
You can just see a clear plastic sheet over it that's all wrinkled over his little pulsing thing.
Yeah. The color timer.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit, that looks bad.
Yeah.
Because it's very clear they just had a clear cutout and they're just like flick it onto the suit.
Yeah. Again, these are definitely some of the weaker episodes. Like the designs are good. I just feel like coming off of those high points, it's really hard to come off of them. And again, it's not like these are bad episodes. They're just underwhelming. Like the
Yeah, because if on a tiers list, the last two episodes were definitely S tier. These would sit comfortably at a B tier for me.
yeah, yeah, I would agree. They're they would be high points in other shows, but in this one, they're low points just because of the quality of the show overall.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any final thoughts on these episodes, Josh?
Nope. That was my biggest complaint for the episode.
That's a valid complaint. All right. So tune in next time for when we do Insurance Hero, Visitor 99, and the return of our favorite little guy, Pag's Ultra Lecture.
No.
Yep. It's a
My
Pag
boy.
episode.
No, my boy Guido's. He's only gonna get be done dirty again.
Yep. After that, though, we will only have 2 episodes remaining.
Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to have a live reaction for that episode 25.
Yep. Oh, dude, you're gonna love it. It's so good. There's like a couple moments I really want to hear your reactions for. But yeah,
Damn,
tune in
it's
next
been
time.
so hard not to watch it.
Dude, I don't blame you. It's a tough one. Anyway, tune in next time.
Bye bye.
All right, that is actually the